What's happening, guys? Scotty D49 here with you, and we've got an absolute banger of a day, long 12-hour stream coming at you for some live Warhammer 40k content. It's going to be absolutely awesome. I know it's probably a bit loud right now with the players. We had to adjust some of the mics and tweak some stuff. Some stuff wasn't working, so we're working with what we got. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not alone on commentary today. We've got Dale from the Down Under 40k crew. How you doing, mate?
Lovely, mate. Thanks for having me.
No worries at all. Thanks for being able to join us. So, as I'm about to help with the players briefing, Dale, I'm going to give you an opportunity to jump in, let everyone know what you do in terms of 40k with the Down Under guys, your history in 40k, all that kind of stuff, and so they can, get to know you a bit.
All right, everyone. Firstly, let me move in the centre here. I am super pumped. Big thanks to Scotty for asking me to come on. Just looking at the setup here, he's got quite a bloody setup. It is tasty. Everyone's just gathering around now for a chat. Hayden's taking it away. Let us know if I'm a little bit loud or not loud enough, but I'll just tell you a little bit about my 40k history. I used to play when I was a young'un. Everyone moved away about when I was 18, and then I stopped playing for 10 years, and then I got back into it. About 4 years ago, at the start of 8th edition, and then I started playing a bit of tournament 40k, and then decided to do some TO and stuff. So that was Down Under 40k, and we are always putting on events. We've recently hosted Australian Masters. We put RTTs on in Madawi, Central Coast and Sydney, and run a local league in Maitland and North Sydney and Southwest Sydney. So just community building basically, and we got a podcast. I'll see if I can get Scotty to turn it up soon, guys. The mic's just up on the screen. But yeah, so haven't been playing much 40k. I haven't played since Adelaide, but Adelaide Uprising. I think we went 3-4, but haven't been playing much since then. Just been getting ready because we're hosting Australian Teams Championships 14th of next month. So that should be good fun. They're just currently going through all terrain types. It's pretty wild. You can see on the top right of the screen all the L's and the events. So if anyone didn't know, they're using the WTC maps. Hayden and Karloff's have got all brand new ruins, trees, crates, everything just for this event. Pretty crazy endeavour really. What's that for 90 players? So pretty wild. Scotty, they're saying it's a bit low.
Bit low? Yeah. Let's yeah, sorry about that, lads. Let's adjust this a little bit. Testing. How's that now, gentlemen? Let me know.
That is a bit better. Lovely.
If your team is missing a player, captain comes to me after this.
Righto. Let me know if that's a bit better, guys, and Scotty can have another go when he gets back. Better. Beautiful. Thank you, Plastic Blasphemy. Yeah, righto. So for the event itself, they're running the actual WTC maps that they're going to be running at the WTC this year. So that's super cool. It's 5-player teams, which, for anyone that doesn't know, makes the pairings process way more fun. So I'm pretty sure Scotty's going to have the coaches marked up for the pairings, which I'm really looking forward to hearing, which will be pretty sick. If anyone's got any more questions about the nature of the event, chuck it in the chat. If not, I'll just keep talking about nothing, I think. But anyways, yeah, so I think we've got 17 teams of 5 players, which is just crazy. They've pretty much filled up the whole Good Games store. Yeah, I mentioned that. It's at Good Games Maitland, great supporters of 40k. And it's going to be a big fun weekend, and really looking forward to it. We've got, as far as teams go, we've got Victorian team has come up, and they bring in all of their players are either playing for the Victorian state team or the coach. So just 5 absolute killers. And then the New South Wales representative team of 8 has split up and got a bunch of mates. I think it's split into roughly 3 different teams. Where's Benny? Benny's playing for one of those teams. So he is playing with the Brody brothers, I'm pretty sure. He's filled in there. He's running his GSC, I believe. So that should be good fun. But I think from the chat I've been hearing from everyone is the Vic team should be the favourites for it. But we got other ones with Chris Wright. We got Josh McMillan in a team. So like they've spread out the New South Wales talent, but there's some killers. There's some killers for sure. And then on the other end of the scale, there's a bunch of blokes that I don't even know who they are, and they're from the Central Coast, which isn't that far away from Newcastle. And yeah, come on the long neck, boys. That's it. But yeah, that's the other beauty of this teams thing is there's going to be a lot of players that I've been pretty active in the community for the past 2 years, and there's still going to be blokes that I've never seen because they just get dragged out of the casual garage hammer to come play 40k as a team with their mates. So I'm really looking forward to meeting a lot of new people. And also, the one thing is Hayden and Carlos being with Overwatch, they've got a lot of OG connections in the community that myself and Ben and Down Under 40k being a lot newer don't have. So their ability to pull players from the last 10 years of 40k is huge. So I'm really looking forward to meet some blokes that maybe haven't been super active recently, but definitely some OGs of the 40k community locally. So super pumped. Like I said, I haven't been playing a heap since Adelaide, which is in January. So I'll be learning with you boys what's going on. I'm really keen to see how the new data slate, the balance is going to affect everything. It sounds like Marines have actually got play, and there's actually a heap of Marines that have been brought along. I think when you put them all together, it's actually the biggest faction overall, and then I'm pretty sure that's followed by Tau. But everyone's just pumped to play their Tau now. So, but we've got a really good spread, and I'm really keen to see some of the matchups. Now, we're going to have one game on stream. I think Scotty and the captains will decide what's going to be the most entertaining one. But we're also going to be giving you updates of the other 4 games from those 2 teams in the round. So we're going to have some context for the whole round, all teams. So it could get pretty nail-bitey towards the end if we get some scores coming in from the other tables and it comes down to the last table, the stream table. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm keen. What's the chat? What do you think about the density of this map? We can see the top right plastic blasphemy. There is a lot of L-shaped ruins. For anyone that doesn't know, the vents have the -1 to hit terrain feature. So, we're back, Scotty. Are you back in?
Yeah, I'm back in for a second, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm going to be jumping over to get the captains for the pairings. I'm going to be miking them up. So, if you guys do have any questions at all, Dale's going to be here. He's going to be listening as well as I'm going to be noting down the pairings and stuff. It is Dan's Plastic Blasphemy. We are using the WTC terrain packs. So once Dale jumps back, I'm going to go grab the captains and we're going to get going from there. But to give you guys an idea of all the teams, now, of course, I don't have the... I don't know why it's not showing on here, but sure. I've got no idea why we don't have a face cam on this. I'll get to it. But these are all the teams, all in alphabetical order. And this is going to be the screen. We'll have the stream table up behind it as well when we get a chance to update it. We'll do that in between round 1 and 2. And if you didn't hear me, we are going to be doing game-by-game updates as well. So you'll be able to see the impact of each game in how the teams do overall, which is going to be absolutely phenomenal. So, I'm going to jump over and get the captains mic'd up so they can do the pairings. I'll be right back to that.
I'll just keep dribbling along.
Yeah.
Okay, dribbling along. Yeah, exactly. Plastic blasphemy. It's dense, so you can see a lot of -1 on that table. On top of it already just being dense because of all the ruins, but pretty keen to see. I think that really would have affected the list building as well. I was talking to Forest Castle, who's running a Dark Eldar list, and he's literally only took 2 radars because he's just going to park them behind some big buildings and use them as platforms to shove off from. Whereas if they knew that the terrain was a bit less dense, he'd probably bring a few more raiders to help protect the squishy stuff inside. But he's confident enough with the amount of crates, ruins, and dense terrain on these tables that his Dark Eldar aren't going to need that much protection from shooting, which I think is super interesting.
All right, we've got the team captains mic'd up.
Here we go.
All right, let's go. So they're going to be here. You should be able to hear them, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know if they are not coming through. All right, let's hear how they go.
What's going on, beautiful? Are you on the camera now? I'm going to have easy W's. Bro, actually, I'm so disappointed in myself. After I've been like the whole bit like training history and all that, I had just got the mates. Probably had to do that like roughly 6 years later. I'm down and I didn't get the base. So I've got like 4 bases unpaid. So I'm set for myself. You can do it tonight. Well, I'll definitely finish it tonight because it was like a quick job. I was just like so keen to finish it that you just fell asleep. Just like a baby.
It's great. I might just jump in, listen to the pairings. I'll talk to you at lunch. No, that's right. Stay out. Righto.
Facebook and stuff to share more. Can we get him to mention that it's here? Because on his post I just noticed that he's like the Maitland Teams Championship. He hasn't mentioned his story, so I'd really appreciate if you could check
Righto guys, I'm not, oh I can hear myself, I am on. So, apparently a few of you can't really hear what's going on over the crowd, but Scotty D is at the table and he will come let us all know what went down, and hopefully we might be able to sort it out for next round so we can hear the players a bit better. But I'll let Scotty D know and we'll work from there. But I'm sure he'll update us on everything we need to know.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so we have got the pairings for this round. I can tell you that we have got Imperial Knights facing Astra Militarum, Necrons versus Chaos Space Marines, Death Guard facing Adeptus Sororitas, Black Templars facing Ultramarines, and Thousand Suns versus Crons. That is our stream game. So we have got, in terms of teams, Mighty Might Bullfrogs facing Virtues of the Long Neck One. It's going to be great in terms of the games. So you sound excited for this matchup, Dale.
I am. I actually want to see. I think the T Suns are one of the big winners from the latest
Armour of Contempt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. So I just want to see it in action.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be a great game. Just waiting to get the players there. But as we do, let's get this all going. Yeah, Knights have to be rough on that table. T-Sun's a brutal matchup for Crons. It will be interesting to see how the Crons do. That's 100% certain. So, to get things all set up correctly, let's do... wrong one, sorry. Should be there. We will have... The mission for this one is number 33, which is Secure Missing Artifacts. And so I will quickly update. So I gotta remember who's who here. So in terms of, we're gonna have Andrew with Thousand Suns.
Lovely. Andrew's one of my, I guess you'd say, in my hobby circle mates. That's actually the Dice King.
That's good to know. So you'd have a bit of insight in terms of what he's like as a player.
I would.
That's going to be really good to see.
And his army is lovely too. Did you have a look at his
No,
models
not yet.
When they get him on the table, you'll have to have a squiz. He wins a lot of painting awards.
Right. That's going to be great to see. Alright, so secure missing artifacts is the mission. We've got 5 objectives, 1 in the middle, 1 in each table quarter. Yes, Junos, the lists are in BCP as well, and I will need to grab I've got it sitting at the table, I believe, my mission pack.
Lovely.
So that I can run through the mission. Unless you see behind me, no?
I'm keen. I do love every mission with an objective right in the middle. It just makes it good fun. It means there's going to be some interactions going on. So when Scotty D gets back with the missions, when he runs through it, I'll be pretty pumped. But I'm so keen. I'm actually real keen to deep dive into what's in this Necron list, because I'm not even sure what the go-to Necron list is these days. So pretty interested to see that. And then the T-Suns list as well. I'm assuming he's just going to be relying on a lot of obset, which will be good fun. But super pumped for the matchup. Do we have any early predictions? We've already got Juno's Jungle Gym saying the matchup's pretty heavily in favour of the T-Suns. Anyone else got some picks about how they think it's going to go? T-Suns. Oh, that's 2 for the T-Suns here. Dragoon 49er. Back in the Dice King. I like it a lot. Tow truck is gonna slam. Alright. I've asked them who they thought might be looking in good, and we've got 3 T-Suns for the win.
Ooh, spicy. Well, we can actually, Juno, with you in chat, my friend, do you want to do a prediction poll for us so people can vote who they want to see doing well? I'll just make sure that the player mics may be coming through. I'll know in a second. I'll just go tell them to turn them on.
keen to hear what the players have to say. I think it's always good fun when the players are mic'd up. Get to hear a bit of perspective, and it's not just me and Scotty guessing what's going on. We get to hear straight from their mouths what they're thinking, which should be good fun. I've never seen the store so full for 40k players. This is the most amount of 40k players I've ever seen at the store. I'm sure if you go on Scotty's socials at some point in the day, there'll be some good pictures about what's going on. But we got 85 players, I believe. That math might not be right, but I had a go.
Alrighty. So have we got that poll going? Jono SO1, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the chapter. Great to have you with us today as well. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Okay, have we got that poll going or prediction? Let me just have a quick look. Alrighty, everyone, you can vote in that prediction with your channel points, and we'll be able to keep that up to date for you. Now, Snake Oil Services, welcome in. Go the T-Suns. Love to hear it. Alright.
Shout out Carl. That's
Carl.
Snake Oil Services. He's actually tuning in from New Zealand. So
right. Welcome in.
We've gone international.
Right. That's good to know. Good to know indeed. Okay. So... there we go. I sacked off the Dallas. Oh. That seems to be coming through double somewhere. That's why. Alright. So now we shouldn't be hearing ourselves.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's great, because it was throwing me for a loop, eh? I was like, how do you do this all day?
Right. Oh, dude. It's something. It's absolutely something. So, So, as we can see, these guys, and we'll walk through the mission right now. Dale, do you want to pull up their list so we can actually walk through them as well? But the mission, secure missing artifacts, as we've got the 5 objectives. It is diagonal deployment. So, if I get a particular thing open, which is going to be sitting somewhere, so if I go, as you can see, we're a bit ragged this morning, team, with an on-the-cuff kind of update. So we've already been going for 20 minutes. So the hours, it's 3 hours and 15 minutes for the rounds. That includes pairings. So the time's going to be in the middle there. Dragoon, you're hilarious, mate. Absolutely hilarious. So everyone, I hope the players' mics are coming through nice and clearly. Let me know in chat if they are. So the lists are behind the paywall on BCP, I believe. So that's the only thing, Juno. So we may put them up in the Discord as well. Yeah. So we'll put them up, but as the players are just doing their thing, getting their secondaries ready, I'm going to get a green screen going for you guys. know why it's not working. I should have set this up last night, but yeah, so pretty much on that top right-hand side of screen is where one deployment's going to be, and the bottom left is going to be the other. Now, this mission is, I believe it's a score 1, score 2, hold. Yeah, it's a score 1, hold 1, hold 2, hold more. And so this is the one where the pressure's objective, so you actually get to move. The A objectives are going to be the ones on the left-hand side, and then the B ones are on the right-hand side. So one player, the attacker, gets to move one of them first. The defender then gets to move an A and a B, and then the attacker moves the remaining one. And then the additional primary is that at the end of each player turn, the players whose turn it is score 3 victory points if they control the priority objective marker that's in their deployment zone. So it means that that's a pretty easy way to score 15 points a turn.
Definitely is. And even just having the score 1, score 2, the players are going to be able to play pretty defensively and still get their 10 points every round. So.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all good, Dragoon. Yeah, we'll get that up in the Discord more than likely in a bit. So what'll happen is, I reckon the Necrons are going to be pretty defensive here, because Thousand Suns did get that buff, and I know they've got the ability that improves their armor save by 1 that doesn't clash with Armour of Contempt. So with their list, it's going to be absolutely brutal. Do you want to pull up that Thousand Suns list for us, Dale?
Well, I was having a go, mate, but it turns out I'm too stingy to have paid for the BCP, and it's
right.
keeping me out. So if you got
I do.
will.
I'll pull it up here, my friends.
Lovely. It's Veterans of the Long Neck 1.
Yes.
This is the T-Suns list if you're going for. And it is Andrew Trovich's list.
Alright.
No, I'm really keen to see how these buffs stack for this T-Suns
For sure.
list. It's pretty snazzy. And 3 hours and 15 minutes per round, mate. That is good. I guess that's what they need for the pairings at the start.
Yeah, well,
isn't it?
the captains actually got the pairings done pretty quickly, which was good to see. And, you know, for them to be able to, you know, smash through it pretty easily, get me that info, is really exciting. So, we'll go through the Thousand Suns list first, which is from the Veterans of the Long Neck 1. And so we're going to have Andrew's list. So, I'll pass this over to you, Dale, so you can run through that, my friend.
Righto. So we start off with Battalion, and we have Colts, Legion of Time, Cult of Time, sorry. And then we got Ahriman. Oh, yeah, Trowbridge loves his Ahriman. He's painted beautifully. We got a Exalted Sorcerer in there with Gaze of Fate and Zinch's Firestorm. And then we got a Thousand Suns Demon Prince as well. Then we have 3 squads of Rubric Marines. Then we have, in the elite section, a Chaos Contemptor Dreadnought with Combi Bolter, Hellforge Dreadnought, Chainfist, and Multi-Melter. Then we've got a Hell Brute. And then here we go, I think here's the juice, mate. We have 2 big bricks of Scarab Occult Terminators.
Already had one.
Medium latte.
Medium latte.
sorry, chat. We're just ordering more stimulants for myself. Yeah, sorry. This is the juice right here, mate. 2 huge bricks of Scarab Occult Terminators. He's spent. It looks like we got 8 in one squad and 8 in the other, and they must have with Soul Reaper cannons. But he's dedicated 430 points to one squad and 445 to the other squad.
Those, being so big, both of those will be, if he chooses to the last, they're going to be hard to shift. So
that's a great point.
Because being that many points and being, 3 wounds apiece, are they 3? Yeah, because they've gotten that update, they're 3 wounds apiece. They're also going to have the ability for -1, so they've effectively got a 1-up save, pseudo, and then they're going to have that strat on top. If they're in terrain on top of that, it's going to be huge.
Those vents, mate, -1 to hit.
Oh.
So, now, that's actually, my thought was when I saw them, he's going to bully the centerboard.
Yeah.
And then you brought up that he might do him for the last. What if he does both at the same time and just says, because like he could get the Necrons player in a trap and just say, look, you want these points? I'm just going to set 440 right on a -1 to hit. I'm going to put all my... Let's see what you can do. It could take him turns to just get, like, just kill the one squad.
Exactly. The thing is, though, and what we are going to mention here is that the inside of the event, so the silver, is what that -1 to hit is. The big problem is that depending on the wording of the rules for terrain, it's either the model that has to be on it or it's the unit that has to be on it for the -1 to hit. Where are we looking at?
I believe he'll need, from memory, he'll need either everything on it or behind it.
Right. So that means if he's got anything in front of it, particularly on that middle objective, then it's going to be quite hard for that in particular.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? Yep.
So it's going to be maybe something that he's going to use to control those top fire lanes to really peg the Necron player in their deployment zone. I wish I had the green screen going so I could actually direct you guys into seeing what everything is. But let me just do something real quick for you guys because I can notice that the tabletop screen is shifted a little bit. That's the one thing about having it nice and pegged in. Dragoon coming in with the rules here. If from a single point on a base of the shooter, they can draw a 1 mil line to the entire base of the target without crossing the dents, then the unit doesn't get dents. Cool. So it means that, they have to be behind something or have to be able to hit that unit obscuring it first to be able to get that benefit. So it's going to be really interesting. I'm not sure in terms of Cult of Time what the benefit's going to be for this army, just in general. But let's jump into that Necron list, though. This is... I'm starting to get into the side of things in terms of playing Necron, so I will have a decent idea of what is going on here as well.
That's lucky, because I mentioned to the chat a bit earlier, I've got no idea what the current meta Necron list is, so lucky you're here to help
Necrons are in a really rough spot. The meta list is generally a lot of T5 and a lot of Destroyers. So whole unit does not have to be on as long as they are behind it from the shooter's perspective. Thank you, Dragoon, that's all good. So, this Necron list, we've got an Overlord that is Hand of the Phaeron. It's got Veil of Darkness, pretty simple. Implacable Conqueror, Warlord trait. I do have my Necron Codex there. Terrain is definitely in the T-Sun's favour. Yes, it is. So then a Plasmancer with the Prismatic Obfuscation, Dynastic Heirloom for the Gauntlet of Conflagrator, which is a great relic to take. So 2 units of 5 Necron Immortals, a blob of 20 Necron Warriors with Gorse Flayers, a Nightbringer, a unit of 8 Lichguard with War Sights. Now that's a really interesting choice. You see a lot with Lichguard that they're going to be sword and board, but having taken War Sights is a really interesting tech choice. Then 3 Locust Destroyers in there. 4 Locust Destroyers with 1 Heavy Destroyer with a Gorse Destructor. These are Mephrit Dynasty as well. Then he's got a Patrol Detachment with a Technomancer with the Photonic Transubjugator, Canoptic Cloak, and Staff of Light. So that means it's going to be moving a ridiculous amount. I think it's like 14 inches or something, 10 to 14, which is really good for the Necron player. It's going to allow him to more than likely be buffing that warrior unit to be able to get those guys back as well. And then he's also got another unit of 8 Immortals with Tesla, and then a Void Dragon. So double Satan in the list.
Oh wow, okay. Well, that's interesting.
So let me remind myself of what we've got in terms of the dynasties here that we've taken. So we're looking at Mephrit. So it's additional 3-inch range on everything but pistols, and each time a model's within half range making a shooting attack, it's +1 AP. So that means it's going to be completely negating straight off the bat Armour of Contempt.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think that's pretty lucky, really.
Yes.
Well, not lucky, I'm sure he picked it for that reason.
Well, that was the last pairing.
Yeah,
So it was the
okay,
2 armies that were left. which is really cool to see. So then we want to look at the Warlord traits. I'm really surprised that he hasn't gone with the OBSEC route.
That's the first thing that comes to mind. And I'm sure that even has a bit more play in teams where you can play it into a
Yeah, exactly. So what is it? The Implacable Conqueror is units within 6 inches of the Warlord, reroll charges, so perfect for Veil.
Yep.
So it means that this whatever the Overlord veils over is going to be able to get into combat quite reliably. And then we've got the Gauntlet Conflagrator is a pistol weapon. Each time the weapon makes an attack, that attack automatically hits the target. Instead of making wound roll 1d6, the unit suffers 1 more wound. You roll a d6 for each model, and it suffers a mortal wound for each result of the unit. So it's mortal wounds, effectively, which is gonna do stuff against the Thousand Suns. And then in terms of the prismatic conflagration, let's have a look. Can't be targeted unless it's the closest eligible target, no matter what. And then the phototonic transubjugation is once per turn, first saving throw is failed, damage 0.
Okay.
So, and that's really interesting on the Technomancer.
So, what can get through those Terminators out of that Necron list? Like,
It's got to be the Satans.
that's what I was going to say.
It's got to be the Satans, particularly the Nightbringer.
Yep.
Because he ignores invos.
Okay, yeah, righto. How much damage does he do per hit? Will he take a Terminator per swing?
He should do,
Yeah, you'd think so.
because his attacks, Entropic Blow, which if he only does it with 6 attacks, that's okay, but it's -4, it's going to be strength 14, d6 damage, so he can. The good thing about it though is that he can only take 3 wounds per phase.
Okay, yeah.
So if Kyle's really smart in terms of his movement with the Satan, if he's able to get it into combat unscathed, it's going to be bloody hard to shift.
Yeah. And I think he's gonna. A real key part of this matchup will be making sure that the Satans are protected during the psychic phase, so they can't just start creeping away in that phase.
Exactly.
If he plays that smartly, he's going to get a lot more use out of his Satans.
100%. And then, of course, you've got the Void Dragon that has got the spear in shooting that is only a single shot, but it's d6 damage. And the Satan, the Nightbringer, has only got the mortal wounds from the reality when it dies. And then, but here's the thing: it cannot, with the Satan Nightbringer, it can't use any rules to ignore wounds. So Feel No Pains aren't going to help at all if the Scarab Cult Terminators are able to get Feel No Pains from some way. And then it's just down to the Satan powers doing range damage for the Nightbringer, but you want to get the Nightbringer into combat. The Void Dragon is very similar to the Nightbringer, except... Oh, that was loud. Let's go. I swear blind, I did actually reduce that down. We'll put that right the way down to there. So that should hopefully be a bit better. So it's only going to be strength 9 on the Void Dragon in combat, -4 d6 damage though.
That d6 damage.
It's too variable.
They need. It's still like it's an early 9th book still. They need like the 3 plus d3 or something.
100% they do. Which it does get the d3 +3 against vehicles.
Okay.
So it's designed to kill vehicles.
Look out, Dreadnought, I guess. But,
Yeah. So I'm just going to update the CP count for Kyle because he starts on -2 CP there. He spends 1 for Relic, so that's 2, 3, 5. So I believe he starts on 7. I could be wrong. And then if we go to Tim's list, I think it's Tim. Andrew. Shit, see, I'm already spotting at Tim. I'm already being.
You've got it on the screen.
I know. Andrew's list. His last name starts with a T. That's why.
That's it.
He starts on 9 CP.
Lovely.
So that means he's going to have the CP to be able to do that kind of stuff straight up. They are getting to deployment, so I'm actually going to jump over and grab their secondaries so that we can update those for you, chat. But yeah, if you've got any other thoughts, Dale, jump on in.
Yeah, I'll actually ask the chat what they think some good secondaries each player should take. And obviously the big one is, as Scotty mentioned to the last, whether that's actually going to be taken. Maybe I could see domination. I don't know if that's even what it's called, the one where you've got to hold more than your opponent. I could see that being a good one for the T-Suns, because they do have the ability to bully in the middle of the board. But in saying that, the Necrons got a little bit of obsec too, so in the chat let us know what some there's a bit of chat in there about codex specific stuff, but yeah, I'm super keen to see. Plastic Blasphemy in the chat, those Catans die, it's game over. I think you're not far wrong there. Here we go, Snakehold Services in the chat with mutated landscape. So that'll be codex specific.
Yes, it is.
Is that what they went with?
Yes, so I've got those secondaries for you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a quick look. We'll get the mutate landscape up as a reference.
Either Carl heard that in the chat, or that was his pick. That was
his pick.
Yep.
So, just trying to find it now for the secondaries, Warlord traits. This is really weird how sometimes they do some of the stuff. See, they put the. I swear it's the scan though. It's got to be the scan. Okay. So do you want to read through mutate landscapes whilst I update their secondary choices?
Yeah, lovely. If you select this objective, then 1,000 Sun Psychic units from your army can attempt the following psychic action as described, yada yada yada. Mutate landscape. One Psyker unit from your army can attempt to perform this action in your psychic phase if it is within range of an objective marker that has not yet been mutated by your army. If this psychic action is successfully completed, that objective marker is said to have been mutated by your army, and the warp charge value of psychic action is increased by 1 for your army for the remainder of the battle. Score 3 victory points each time a unit from your army completed the mutate landscape psychic action. Okay.
Alright. So he's only taken the one action. He has taken to the last.
Okay, yep.
So
2 bricks, and what's the third one?
Well, let's have a look then. BCP decides to not be a
one of the Dreadnought, maybe?
We'll see. Raiders of Woe, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the chapter. Great to have you with us. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do enjoy the content, make sure to drop that follow. If you want to sub, feel free to sub as well. Any support really does help me getting to more events and to be able to cover more tournaments across Australia and bring you this coverage as well. So, let's pull it up real quick. Did take Stranglehold as well, which is a really interesting choice.
That's what I was, I voiced that might be the go. It's going to be interesting.
Because taking, with only 5 objectives, it means that if he's not scoring, he's missing out on points. Which is fine, and it happens. But, yeah. Now, chat, I do note that the bitrate is fluctuating and it's probably dropping frames and such. Stick with us, we're doing the best that we can with what we've got.
I think the Stranglehold's very so we've obviously decided he's going to be the bully in this matchup.
Yeah, 100%. So if we look at Andrew's list, he's got the 2 Terminator bricks, and then it's actually going to be, if I've got this right, it's actually going to be the Demon Prince Really? Yep, on 185 points, which is 5 points more than Ahriman. And then it's got, because the Contempt is only 155, all these troops are below 120. Exalted Sorcerer is 160. Yeah, there's nothing else kind of above that. It's probably very smart to be able to put that 5 points over Ahriman. To be able to do that. So, to kill a character and the 2 Terminator bricks is going to be huge. Now, he's probably also with a boar. So I'll add Kyle's objectives. He took a Boar the Witch. He also took the action to deploy teleport homers.
Okay.
So that's interesting. That's really interesting. I'm not sure what I think of that. And then he also took behind enemy lines.
Oh, wow.
So he's really wanting to push into his opponent's deployment zone, which is really weird.
This is going to be an exciting game to watch.
Oh, 100% it is. You know, you can see that... I see how he's doing it. So you can see that 20-man blob on that left-hand side, kind of covering that center. I do note that the camera is wobbling, team. Just give me a minute. I can try and stabilize it I'll do it during the break. I'll stabilize it. So it doesn't interrupt for you guys. It will wobble a bit, but we've got the extra coverage to be able to cover it. So, what do you think of the secondaries of each player?
Wow. I was a little bit worried when I said this might be a defensive game, but I think it's going to be the opposite for starters. The fact that Andrew's decided he wants to push in the middle of the board, but Kyle wants to get in behind his lines. I'm a bit worried about the behind enemy lines pick, to be honest. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm similar, because he's only got Veil to get over there. It means that he's probably looking to transport, say, one of the Immortals.
Yep.
And then try and get something to come in from Deep Strike, which I think Necrons do have a stratagem to be able to do. From memory.
I just don't think it's going to be that hard for Andrew to zone out his backfield, to be honest.
I mean, if we look at Andrew's list, what's he got? He's got 3 to 5 rubrics, he's got the 2 Terminator bricks, the Contemptor, the Hellbrute, and characters.
So...
He doesn't, if I count the models, he's looking at 18, 20... If the Terminators are in Deep Strike, with the 2 bricks of 10, he's only got 20 models in his backfield.
I think the conundrum is the obvious thing that you would want to use to zone out would be maybe the dreads, and then maybe he'd almost have to use the rubrics at some point, but then as soon as he does that, he's Lizard Obsec in the middle, which is bad for his claiming all 3 objectives. So
yeah, exactly.
It's a bit of a conundrum.
It is. Because, I mean, I'm actually a bit surprised that he didn't take a Necron-specific one. He didn't take something like Code of Combat, or even Ancient Machineries.
What do those 2 do, mate? You'll have to give me
Enlighten everybody? Sure. So
me mainly. I'm sure the chat probably knows better than me on this.
So Code of Combat, you score 3 victory points at the end of the battle for each enemy unit destroyed by a Necron Noble model.
Well, they need to be doing work, so...
And I mean, if we look at Nobles, in terms of the army, it's going to be the Overlord. But then... Satan Shards aren't Nobles.
Okay.
So it kind of means that it's stuck to just that.
Would that have been... Is a Noble also, if you had the big dog on his dais?
Maybe, yeah. It would have been the Silent King is Noble, I'm pretty sure.
So you'd have to have him to make that one work.
Purge the Vermin would have been... I personally would have taken Purge the Vermin instead of Behind Enemy Lines that is currently misspelt on screen. I've been hastily working on this for the past couple of weeks, team.
I feel you, mate. I did a live cast, I think it was Thursday with Hayden about this event.
Yep.
And normally I give myself a little bit of prep time, but I ended up doing a 12 and a half hour day. It was like 10 minutes to get it.
Yeah.
It was obnoxious, but we get it done live.
100%. So yeah, Purge the Vermin is you score 2 victory points at the end of your turn for each table quarter your opponent doesn't have a unit in.
Oh, that's so interesting.
I almost would have taken that.
That's another dynamic because if he commits the little squads, he'll kill them easily. But then if he had to commit the big Terminator squads, wouldn't kill them easily, but they wouldn't be where Andrew wanted them to be.
Yes.
So yeah, this matchup is actually a lot more interesting than what I thought it would be just to start with, because there's a lot of chat about the T-Suns having the advantage, but just the secondaries. Super interesting.
And even coming to that, 1,000 Suns have got all the points. So we'll turn off our cameras so we can see what the players are doing in terms of dice rolls.
Oh yes, the dice cam. I heard a lot of chat about this. The boys are chatting it up.
So, sounds like the Necrons might be going first. I will just go and confirm that, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll be right back with you.
Do you want to see what he's done with the Terminators? Are they in deep strike or?
I think they're actually down on that bottom right-hand side.
That's what I'm interested in.
Yeah, I'll go have a quick look and I'll bring back a quick report.
Righto, we're about to go.
Yep, and I'll turn the players' mics up for you guys so you can hear them. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, 1,000 Suns took first turn there, which is really interesting. Really, really interesting. They've got just under 2.5 hours to play their round.
Are they playing on the clock or they're just having a go?
They're just going for it. Generally, we'll see what happens. But yeah, all those Terminators, I'll go back and get a better look. But you could see, something's happening in this top left-hand corner. And I want to find out what.
Is the time? Which one of the 1,000 Suns lets you walk around the board? Is that the time one, or is that the?
Maybe it's the Veil of Time.
Because I know one of them gets it. I wish I was a bit more of a T-Suns expert.
There's that for your reference if you want to see if you can figure it out. But it could also be a stratagem.
Yeah. Oh, they got that. Yeah, they got that forward deploy one as well. Actually. Yeah. That's what it would have been.
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll be right back.
Lovely. So Scotty's going to go suss out what's going on with these Terminators. What's everyone think about the first turn? Because it's very interesting. He's off again. So what's everybody think about T-Suns getting the first turn? Because I find that super interesting. There we go. Snake Oil Services in the chat. Time is the heal one. Okay, so he's going to obviously use that to keep the Terminator Brits alive. Duplicity is to support. Thanks for that, Carl. Always got the goods. But we'll get back to it. What does everyone think about T-Suns getting first turn? I think it's super interesting because on one way, I think he wouldn't mind getting second so he doesn't have to worry about moving forward and then the Necrons warping into his backfield. Plastic Blasphemy with a really good point. Good for the T-Suns to get their psychic buffs up. Yeah, that's not a bad point, mate. I guess Andrew won't mind the opportunity to push into the mid-board because that's really his objective this game. It looks like we've got the Terminators, a big blob moving forward right now, just in the bottom right hand of the screen, just jumping straight through the ruins. So the thing about the WTC events is, and I'm 99% sure this is correct, they don't give -2 to movement, but they do give you the dents. So everything's just going to be able to move straight over them just fine. So I asked the chat, mate, what they think about T-Sun's getting first turn, and Plastic Blasphemy said good for T-Suns to get the psychic buffs up.
Yep,
which I thought was a
100%.
good point.
100% it's solid to get the psychic buffs up. Let's bring this back, because there's no dice rolls in the movement phase unless they're doing advances. Yeah, so as you can see in that bottom right-hand side of screen, those are both Terminator bricks.
Both. Okay.
Yeah, with, I believe, the Exalted Sorcerer and Araman down there as well.
So I missed it, mate. Did they get to move the objectives? Have they done that? Or?
Yes, so that's a part of the mission. They're able to move the objective 6 inches. Junos, thank you so much, my friend, for doing that. I really appreciate you as a mod, my friend, going above and beyond for that.
You got yourself a mod?
I got a couple.
I need to get some mods, mate. That's
But he's done it and chucked it in the tournament lists part.
Oh, beautiful.
Which I've got in the Discord. I only just added it recently. But yeah, I will follow up with some photos for you, Junos. Just so we've got the actual lists in there as well. I'll just player up of BCP is just going to be a bit of a thing on my phone this weekend.
It's nothing but a pain. I can tell you, from a TO's perspective, it gets even crazier when you're trying to run events out.
Oh,
I
used BCP years ago.
Yep.
I completely understand. So yeah, as we can see, those Terminators with Araman and the Exalted Sorcerer are moving up. I believe it is the Hellbrute with the Demon Prince behind those green shipping containers.
Yep.
And then the Volkite Contempt is up in that top left. You've got then the 5 rubrics in the top right-hand corner. The new character model that teleported up with 5 rubrics as well. So we can already see kind of what he's wanting to do in terms of being able to spread out into 3 quarters straight off the bat. I mean, it's advantageous. I'm not sure how I feel about putting all of his to the last in the one spot, particularly directly opposite the Void Dragon and the Nightbringer.
That is an interesting call, isn't it? Wow. Because they're the 2 things that are going to be able to move it.
Yep.
That is very interesting. What do you think's going on? He's got the characters there, but they're a little bit exposed right now. Is he got to?
Well, he's probably measured the 3 inches.
Yep.
For Lookout Sir anyway. So as long as he maintains that Lookout Sir, it's not necessarily the biggest problem.
There's nothing in the bottom left in the Necron army that can jump that far forward.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of it, it's... Oh, there's the Psychic Phase. So we're going to actually turn off the camera, and we're just going to let the players talk through the phase.
This is super interesting.
Yeah, this
he
is-
wants to get the 3, doesn't he?
Yeah, so as we've just seen, Andrew's just done a Psychic Power to move those Terminators onto the objective in that bottom right, so he's going to get Stranglehold first turn. That's huge. That is absolutely huge, ladies and gentlemen. The players' mic should be coming through Snake Oil. I've got everything going on my side. I've just got to turn up the volume more than likely, but I can hear them coming through on my end. So Okay, if they're not playing, let me have a look here. Okay, interesting. I don't know why that is. Even the crowd shuts off. Yeah, okay. I don't even know why that's not coming through. That's really weird. So we can hear it.
Yeah, that's
Let me. Yeah.
I hope for the viewers' sake we work it out, Scotty. Otherwise, you have to
Yeah.
listen to us the whole time.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly.
We couldn't do that to them.
No. No. 100%. Alright, that's really interesting, team. I don't know. Technical issues. I had a bunch of tech issues last night. I just do not understand what is actually going on here.
I think we had it working before because they were mentioning the mics weren't loud enough, but I'm pretty sure anyone in the chat that was watching really early on, did we have the players coming through earlier?
Yeah, let us know, team. And Missing Colour, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the chapter. Great to have you with us.
Right, I think we're into the shooting phase, mate.
Yeah, we are.
I don't think there'll be much going on. It looks like this
How many of them are
Andrew
going to be able
has
to see?
left. But his dreadnought's hidden, so
Yeah.
it'll just be whatever he can get pot shots off.
Yep.
Ready up.
Juno, so you able to confirm for me,
20
mate,
bolters
that
and then salt. So 20 bolter shots. And then
mics
salt
are coming
and
through now. I did put them onto the channel to come through.
Hitting on threes because of that.
Because of the +1 to hit.
So just let us know.
Don't Terminators ignore moving and firing.
Brilliant.
heavy
All right.
weapons.
We'll shut up and let the players keep on going.
Alright, so we're back to hitting on threes. So 5 shots, the Soul Reaper hitting on threes. Alright, 1 miss. Strength 6.
Toughness 7, I believe, for him.
So
Nightbringer T7.
5. Alright, so we got 2 at neg 3.
2 at neg 3. That'll go to 4 up invuln saves regardless. Saved 1, failed 1.
Alright,
Damage?
just 1.
Just 1.
Alright, then we got 20 bolter shots. Alright, hitting on threes. We're on
Yep.
ones, because Phaeron. Alright,
Bring out the inner orc.
yeah.
Feel the darker.
Down 2s, man.
Yep, looks
So we
good.
got that many hits. 16 hits.
And 5 and 6 to wound.
5, 5, yeah. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that was really good. Wow. 10 at neg 2.
10 at neg 2. So goes to his 4 up invuln.
Yep.
Minimally, he can only take 2 more wounds this phase, so
So I just got to fail 2.
he fails 2.
So he's down to 3 wounds.
Yep,
And that is my turn, my friend.
your turn. And what a hurtful turn that was.
Yeah.
Alright, so I did get Stranglehold.
Absolutely.
So that was huge, getting
you
one
got
of
your
the,
mutate off.
I believe it's the Nightbringer down to 3 wounds there. Like, that's huge for a first turn.
That's nasty. That's really nasty.
Because that's really going to mean
it's
that
gonna
when
be
he goes in,
difficult.
he can get killed in Overwatch.
Yes.
Yep. I honestly think even if he doesn't get killed in Overwatch, Andrew will be happy to
Command
trade
phase.
X amount of
don't
Terminators
really have a lot to do.
for him early game anyway. So.
Yep.
The Nightbringer, Necrodermis, or Living Metal. Goes for
That's-
up 1 wound.
There we go.
So it means that he will definitely be surviving
He doesn't. I don't want to do anything with him.
2
They won't do
wounds.
anything yet.
On 1 wound, if he does cop
So
that
straight on a movement.
attack from Overwatch,
He's going for it anyways.
he is. That he is.
Move will come straight towards you.
Straight towards him.
Well,
Probably
ladies and gentlemen,
as
if you want to
strong as
check
that
the
is.
lists that these guys are using, they are in my Discord as well if you do not have Best Coast pairings. So I will, Junos has got the link up a bit further in chat, and you can check them out in the tournament lists channel. We're only putting the players for that that's on stream into the Discord for you guys, so you can see what's actually going on. Foolish Monk, how you doing?
Destroyers
Welcome
do
in,
have
my
blood.
friend. Great to have you with us. So, what do we think the Necrons'
Didn't stay on the base.
response should be here?
Well, I'm not exactly sure what it should be, but I can see what it is being.
Yeah, well, I can see that those destroyers down the bottom are moving up to back up the Void Dragon and the Nightbringer, which are very clearly pushing up to try and take out those Terminators.
Yep. And that's just one brick of Terminators, isn't it? Is the other one sitting back there?
I believe so.
Yeah,
So he's
right.
only pushed up with the 1 brick, so it means that even if Kyle is able to deal with one of them, he's still got a second one to deal with, which I think is really smart on Andrew's part to be able to do that segmented wave approach.
Yep.
I reckon the Immortals up in that top right-hand corner, top left-hand corner, sorry, may move across. The big thing I'm wanting to see is when is he going to use Veil and where's he going to go with it?
Have we? Does it look like Andrew has actually screened out the board okay? Do you reckon he probably can't get in maybe with a small squad?
Small squad probably on that middle right-hand side of the screen. Maybe in that back top right-hand corner at best. But yeah, it's going to be really hard for him to get into that corner with those rubrics there, as well as the Contemptors, the Demon Prince, and the Hellbrute there as well.
Definitely. I think Andrew's decision to not shoot with a lot of the stuff and just stay still was a good call.
Protocols.
Yeah, using line of sight, waiting for the Necrons to come to him, really a good play. You know, I've been on the receiving end of this kind of play against Necron with my Deathwatch against Tyranids. So I know what something like this can do. Once you expose yourself and try and get shots on your opponent, then they can fully retaliate.
Should have made movement trades.
So the only thing I didn't see was if the Demon Prince actually had wings.
You'd have to think it would. Does anyone playing without wings these days?
It does have wings, so it's going to be able to go over that line of sight blocking terrain and really help out those Terminators against the Void Dragon, the Destroyers and that there. So as we can see, we've got a unit of 5 Immortals in the top left-hand side of the screen, moving up to take on those rubrics with
Everybody
the
else
Exalted
will stay
Sorcerer.
End of the movement phase. The
So,
Plasmancer has his Harbinger of Destruction ability.
so Harbinger of Destruction, for those of you who don't know, is a really interesting thing. So what it is, at the end of your movement phase, if this model didn't fall back, roll 3d6 for each 4 up. The closest
as long as
enemy
you
unit
didn't fall
within
back
24
stage, I select
suffers a mortal wound.
the closest enemy unit within 24
Start
inches of
chipping
him.
away.
The guys
So,
over there.
means
They roll
that
3d6.
it's going to be...
And on 4 pluses, they take a mortal wound.
So it's a max of 3 mortals, but it's something.
2 mortal wounds.
Work done.
Hey, you got 2.
That's not bad.
So it's going to take away one of those rubrics, which is really going to help him try and clear that objective.
And then we go into the Catan Shard's powers, because they happen at
Andrew's
the end of
not
the
going to be
movement
too
phase.
worried even if he loses
So we
that
will
whole squad. I
start
think he's
with the
expecting to lose
Nightbringer.
that whole squad. I think he's
Yeah.
there to get the points. And I think maybe, what do you think about this big Warrior squad kind of
Yeah,
shifting
in the end of the
up?
movement
'Cause I
phase.
feel to start denying
What is that? Is that
domination mid-game, it's going to have to push towards the middle at some point.
It is. It's going to have to. But he wants to clear that top
starting with
section
powers.
first.
Yep.
All right.
We're going to
Let's
start
see what
hopefully with the gaze of
Kyle
death.
ends up rolling here.
He's within range. So the gaze of death. I roll three dice. On 4 pluses, the unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. No, it doesn't go off, damn it. Can't CP reroll those either because they're not hits. So nothing happens there.
That's no good. That's no good indeed.
Meteor.
And Cult of Time can heal. Let's have a look. Yes, the first time the bearer. So it's the Sorceress Arcana that's got the hourglass. First time the bearer is destroyed, it can be come back.
That's visible. We'll have to go with them.
Yes. The
On
time
a-
flux.
On a 4 plus.
Now I see what you're
Sorry.
saying. Classic
On a
blasphemy.
3
So
to
he
5,
really needs
they
to just
take
wipe
D3,
units, otherwise he's going to
D3
bring
mortal
units
wounds.
back with that psychic power.
And on a 6
So
plus,
it
they take D3 plus
what that
3.
power does, it's a blessing on the unit. Warp charge 6.
4 plus, so
it picks
D3
an
mortal wounds for
infantry
the
unit.
Termies.
Within 6,
2 mortal wounds.
it brings back a model at full wounds and placed within coherency.
On that.
That's cheeky as well, because you can do a lot of movement shenanigans with that.
Yeah.
Void Dragon is going to do transdimensional Thunderbolt into them. So it picks an enemy unit visible within 24 inches. I can't select a character unless it's the closest. On a 2 plus, they suffer D3 mortal wounds. And then for every unit within 3 inches of them, on a 4 plus, they suffer 1 mortal wound. So for the main unit, 3 plus, they suffer D3 mortal wounds.
Yep.
So they suffer 1.
He's dead.
And then for Ahriman, on a 4 plus, nope. And for your other sorcerer on disc, no.
I like him, man.
And they're a bit of hit and miss, but sometimes they can do some wild damage.
Sometimes they just hit.
The last one to do is the Voltic Storm into them. So pretty much same deal, select enemy unit within 18 inches that's visible.
Yep.
On a 2 plus, you suffer D3 mortal wounds unless you're a vehicle. So 2 plus,
Yep.
it'll happen. So D3 mortal wounds for Tim.
Yep. Alright, so we'll put on this guy.
That's their abilities. His ability went off.
Shooting?
Yeah, on to shooting. We'll start with the Warriors. They're going to fire off into the Marines.
Yep.
Not everybody's going to be able to see it.
So these front 3 guys can see.
It's this squad here.
I'm just trying to think if I should take them off.
So these 3 guys can see.
Yeah, these guys can see? I don't think they can see.
No,
they
that
can't
building's kind of in the way.
Alright, yeah, roll it off. These guys are pretty tough.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. So all but, looks like all but 1 if you'd say he'd be able to, or possibly not, from where he is.
No, oh wait.
So this guy here.
Yeah, he's got it.
He's
His
got
elbow's
it?
sticking out.
So
Elbow
that's,
shots.
so that's everybody except 1. Being Mephrit Dynasty, my range is increased by 3 inches.
Yep.
So my rapid fire, instead of being 12, is 13 and a half,
Yep.
which will be everybody but the bat guy. So that'll be 18 rapid fire shots.
Loving it.
I will pay 1 command point for Talent for Annihilation. So every 6 to wound, when I roll a 6 to wound, it'll do a mortal wound, only to a maximum
That's how
of
you're
3.
killing them. Oh, okay.
So yeah, great, but not that great.
So you're down to 7 CP.
Down to 7. So we've got 36 rapid fire first,
Yep.
and then 1 singular shot. Hitting on 3s with these guys, unless they're not any negatives to hit.
Yeah, 3s.
3s.
So you said 6s to wound?
6s to wound.
Alright. I'm guessing you're just going to do 3 mortal wounds here.
Probably. That's hopefully the guess. These are also a different AP as well, so I'll roll the single guy separately.
Yeah, for sure.
Wounding on 4s, I take it, T4.
Yep.
Strength 4, so 4s to wound.
Alright, how many 6s did we get?
2,
3.
3, so
Alright,
3 mortal wounds.
Yep.
In addition,
Yep.
The Dropper AU, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the chapter. I hope you're enjoying the coverage, my friend.
Alright, how many we got?
so we've got 3, 6, 9, 13, 15 at AP -2 because I'm within half range.
Yep. And these are 3-ups because
They are damage 1,
all
you're
is
plus
dust.
1 the armor, and then you ignore 1 AP. Because, you know, Space Marines needed to be better for some reason.
they do. They need to be better. Alright,
Oof.
so 1 guy's dead. 2 guys dead. 3 guys dead. That's a wipe with the 3 mortal wounds.
Beautiful.
Alright. Good job, man. You got him. Their life was definitely going to be short, standing where they were.
Oh, I should have done that. Oops. Oh, well.
Alright, that's a point for a pour. Or, sorry.
Yeah, for a Bore the Witch.
2 points for a pour.
Who's going to be able to see? Yeah, you all should see. But yeah, so I've got the Tesla carbines here. I'm going to fire into the Terminators.
Yep.
Bit of a long shot, but we'll go
Neg
for
2,
it.
obviously you can only get neg 1.
That's all right. We'll risk it. They're all in range for the extra 3 inch. They become 27. So 8 shots. For these guys, I will pay another command point, going down to should be down to 6, I think. Yep. And paying 1 command point for Malevolent Arcing. So after they're fired and shot, I then roll a d6 for each unit within 6 inches of that enemy unit. And then on a 4+, they suffer a mortal wound.
Okay.
So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16. So they're assault 2.
Yep. So what's their normal ballistic skill?
3, so we're hitting on 4s now. Unmodified 6s though, they explode and become 3 hits instead of 1.
6s. We got
I see 1
just
6.
1 6.
And a whole lot of them.
So you hit.
That's the only hit.
What? Oh, that minus was a hit.
Oh, that's rough.
Wow, that is rough, man. All right, well you got 3 hits.
Just lighten you up. Strength 5.
So 3s.
So 3s to wound. 2 wounds, no AP to these though. So 2 up.
How
Ooh!
much damage?
1 damage. So I think that.
Yeah. I want to save him for one of your Nightbringers. Yeah, let's re-roll it.
Yep, CP reroll. Fair
So
enough.
he's saved.
He's good.
So I'm down to 9.
We will do the Destroyers next. So the 3 regular Locust Destroyers, they're just going to target the Termies because that's really all I can hit.
Yeah.
3 shots apiece for the regulars.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I'm well within half range of each. Yep. Hitting on 4s with these ones because you're -1.
Yeah.
And re-rolling 1s for Hardwired Hatred.
Okay.
We've got 2 re-rolls. And 2 more hits. These are strength 6.
So 3s.
Yep, and so 3s to wound. Not a lot.
EX cases and
because I'm in half range, they are neg
Thank
4.
you so much for the follows and welcome to the chapter. How you doing?
D3 piece.
Welcome in. Hope you're enjoying
So you
the
got a 4 up
coverage
involved?
today, everybody.
5 up involved.
Oh,
You said next 4, right?
neg 4.
So we're
Because I'm
seeing
within
a lot
half
of
range,
shooting
I'm plus
happening
1
here.
AP for Mephrit.
There's been a couple of damages, but as you can see in that top left-hand side of the screen,
D3 damage.
that's gone.
So your
He's done it.
extra armor for
That's
1
what he
damage.
wanted to do. That's what he said he set out to do.
So that means that for Andrew to get Stranglehold again, he needs to start actually exposing stuff,
Yep.
which is going to be big.
That's
It's going to be a big thing to do.
Now I got 4 up.
Yep.
So he did that in the shooting phase, did he?
Yeah.
One goes through. D3 damage.
I'm surprised he didn't try and leave something, maybe get a charge
1
to
damage.
get the brick moving
Yeah,
again.
but we're
But
still seeing shooting happening on the Terminators down at the bottom right. So
And
this
then
is
the
still
Gorge Destructor into
there's a
them.
lot of shooting, particularly from the Destroyers down behind those
he hits
Satan,
on a
both
4 because
the
he -1,
Void
rerolling
Dragon and
ones.
the Nightbringer.
He hits with a 5.
So I think what Andrew's trying to do is
Strength
when
is
he's
10,
taking casualties,
so
taking
2
them from
wound.
the far right-hand side, moving left,
He wounds,
so then he
and
doesn't
it's that -5
take away
damage
units that
within
can do
half.
Overwatch. Now, if
Hey.
I was Kyle, I would be charging the Void Dragon first.
I do actually have shooting with him.
Because
so
he
I
didn't
will
take
do that.
any damage or minimal damage,
throw
getting
his
him in
Mighty
first to
Spear.
negate that Overwatch is going to be key. It is going to be absolutely key.
Oh, we
think
forgot
that's
to
a great
reveal
call.
their objective. The primary.
it looks like he's still
Mine's
got 8
pretty simple.
Terminators left, if I'm counting right. So
Pick your opponent's one.
Yeah, so it'll
Yep.
be that one.
super
That's
interesting.
priority.
8 Terminators with 1 on a couple wounds. So we are seeing some chipping away happening here.
So,
So
throwing
I'm
his
going to go grab some of the scores for Andrew from last turn, and we'll get those updated for you shortly. Chat. Hope you guys are enjoying the coverage. If there is any issues, feel free to let us know, and we'll get things
so Spear of the
updated
Void
and fixed
Dragon.
as we go. But it's absolutely
skills
awesome to
two,
bring you
-1
this
hit,
coverage
so
from
hitting on
Good Games
first.
Maitland for the Maitland 40k Team Championships.
I'm not going to CP that.
Charge phase.
Yeah. Nothing else to shoot.
So what have we got in that charge? Is that like a 5 or 6?
Looks to be a 7 for the Void Dragon if I get to there, to be within an inch. If you think it's
7-inch charge on the Void Dragon's huge. And of course, he's going to do that off
Right, we'll take
first.
an 8. So he needs an 8 to get in.
Eight.
He will charge.
Here we go.
Does he
Charge
get it?
distance, Void Dragon, come on, yeet! Oh, 7's not going to do it. I will CP reroll
Gonna
his
see
charge.
if he-
Yeah, he's got to. Nah,
Nope,
you got a
he
6.
doesn't want to do it.
No.
And then the Nightbringer's got to go.
And he's going to do the Nightbringer.
What's the measurement?
He might be a bit
Nightbringer's
close.
probably a
He's
7.
probably a 6 or 7.
It looks to be a 6 within an inch there.
6-inch charge on the Nightbringer, a bit
Come
easier.
on, buddy. There we go, 7, he's in.
Sick.
Righto.
7's in.
So, no Overwatch, so he's going to survive the round, but
Those are my only charges, because can't
there's no
have
way
anything
he's
else.
surviving next turn, is there?
So
No,
I will
there's
start with the
not.
Void, the Nightbringer.
Now, I was just about to say,
So you know what I can do? How many times
because of this
Uh,
D6
six.
damage,
Six
why we
attacks.
see a lot of carnage, or potentially not
Uh,
much carnage.
Possibly, his attacks
Yeah.
are a bit weird.
Going to be
He's
swinging.
very strong,
Yeah.
ignores
Let's see
involved,
how this
ignores
combat
all my
goes.
pains.
I'm going to
D6 damage
go actually
apiece.
look at the table and see
So
what's
it's
going
very
on in
possible
terms
I
of
can
the points
whip.
for Andrew as well. So, and then get the points at the end of the round.
So you're
and then we can
-1
update
and
it for you
-1
guys to see
altogether.
what the state is
Fair enough.
at the
So he's
end
hitting on
of
threes
turn
then.
1 for you all.
So we're going with the Entropic Blow. Because it'll
That's the one you
do more
want.
damage. So hitting on 3s. We hit with everything.
Oh, there you go. That's what you want.
Strength is 14.
So you're winning on 2s.
Wounding on 2s. We get 5 wounds.
Alright.
They're all at -4. You get no invulns and no feel no pains.
Alright, so neg 3 with Armour of Contempt. And that's it, right? Neg 3?
So 6 ups.
5 ups, because they're 2 up save.
Yeah, that is correct. Sorry.
How many? 5.
5.
5. Alright. So we'll do that guy who's got. Oh wait, I can roll him out once, can't I? Yeah. Yeah. Alright. 5 ups.
Ooh.
Make one of them, so you have 4 d6s. So do it one at a time.
So the first one, 2.
Dead.
Second one, 2. Last one, third one will kill him.
Yeah. So your last one has
And
a
the
chance
last
to kill
one.
one more guy.
Come on.
These two
That's what I mean. Great at killing stuff if you can get the rolls.
He's dead. And then he's got 2 wounds remaining, this guy. Alright, let's pile in.
Yeah, your attack's back, bro. Swing away!
Swing away, swing away, swing away. Alright, let's move around. Oh, you based me, so I can't move that guy.
Yep.
So we got 3 inches. Go around here.
Should be able to.
I should be able to get everyone, right?
Mostly, you might struggle with him.
Yeah. Fuck, this is around the back. Alright, I'm gonna move over here.
Goddamn Terminator tar pits!
That's a nice shot.
No, you might get him in actually. Because if you're within an inch of him, you should be able to fight.
I go here,
Yeah.
here,
You should be able to get everybody.
and here.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can only do 3 wounds to him, but with that many attacks coming out of damage to swords, I think you'll be fine.
I think hopefully. Oh!
Whoa!
Alright, we'll start with the sorcerer. I think they all got 3 attacks.
Probably. You don't get Hateful Assault anymore, do you?
They just added one to a health sheet. So we've got the staff first, so hitting on 2s, because they still got that buff.
Yep.
Rolling 1, there's Airman right there. So 3 hits.
Yep.
Strength 6,
Tough to 7.
so 5s. So we have 1 at neg 1.
1 at neg 1. So for the Nightbringer, he's got a 4+, so it's going to be a 4+ invuln. No, fails it.
Alright, D3.
1.
1.
Down to 3.
Alright, we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, 15 attacks with the Passions.
Yep.
Alright, so hitting on 2s, rolling 1s.
I should be down to 5 CP, by the way.
5 CP.
Yeah, because I re-rolled my charge.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder how many people in the chat are screaming at me for the mistakes I'm making right now.
15 hits. Who knows?
It's beautiful to get that many hits. Sucks when you can only do 2 wounds.
Alright, strength 5, so 5.
So yep, 5s.
Alright, so let's take out these. Alright, 1. 8 at neg 3.
8 at neg 3. So 8 4-up invuln saves.
Well, this has been a mighty
We fail all of them, so I just take the last 2
Been able
damage.
to deal.
Down to 1 move.
Down to 1
Nightbringer's been
wound.
able to take 2 of the Occult Terminators out, but the Nightbringer's down to 1 wound. So it means next turn,
Oh, you're not behind enemy line.
is it going to be dead?
You're not enemy line for that.
No, I think it's your deployment turn. We'll double check.
happening in
I think it's your
Hyperphase,
deployment turn.
so-
Plus, I've only got 1.
Yeah,
I think,
just
in
a
that
cheeky
territory.
smite will do it.
And I
what
haven't
we were
got
talking about, so
deployed.
the Armour of Contempt will come in clutch for 1 save,
Yeah.
and then the D6 damage.
Turn.
It,
He rolled, unfortunately, 1s and 2s.
yeah,
And that's what it was. That's really unfortunate. So Kyle currently is on. If I
Yeah, it's your enemy's deployment time for
yeah,
behind enemy
I
lines.
wanted to make sure I wasn't changing things on the primary screen. So we're going into turn 2 now, ladies and gentlemen. So in terms of the way where things are at, I really think that what's interesting is the fact that I think Andrew didn't spend a single CP, or he spent 1 CP, because he would have gotten 1 for the turn, and he's currently on 9 on his sheet, I'm pretty sure.
yeah. He spent 1 to keep 1 Terminator alive in the shooting phase, I think.
Yeah. So that's a very minimalistic spending
I
on
think
that
score
front, but I
primaries
think
as well.
he's going to use it now, is the thing. He's going to, now that Kyle's kind of exposed himself a bit more, put some units out, he's going to use those CP. I wouldn't be surprised if we just see the Demon Prince come flying over and potentially engage the Void Dragon.
I think that's the play. I think.
So 4 of you control 1, control 2, and control more than
I don't think he has any fallback and assault strats.
you have
does he?
OBSEC with him?
For
So you are
Thousand Suns,
definitely
I'm
in control
not
of that.
certain. Chat, feel free to
You've
let
got
us know.
2 more than me.
That would be interesting, but I don't think he's got
1, so that'll be
No,
12
so-
for primary.
What we're just keeping track of here is just board positioning is really big. And hey, Core, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the chapter. Great to have you with us. Hope you're enjoying the coverage today, my friend. So, really, what I think
Also,
Andrew is probably
main
wanting
protocol
to
for
do
this turn, 'cause it happens every battle turn.
is
on-
taking the, I believe it's the
Undying
Contemptor in the
And
top,
I'm going to take the directive.
is to
anything that has
secure
living
down
metal,
that fire
gains
lane. So if the
additional wound
Warriors
back.
move up onto objective 4 in that top left-hand
So
corner,
gain 2
they're
wounds back
popping a
instead of
bunch of
1.
hate from the Volkite. Being only 4 wounds and being a 5 up, feel no pain, re-rolling once, with the Technomancer potentially making that a 4 up, as well is really, it's going to stop 25% of wounds. Actually, no, 75% of wounds, I should say. But at the same time,
I think that's going to
I'm not sure if that's worth risking it.
5 inches. But I think it's
Alright,
because that's 5
so
inches.
all he does is just bring back D3 destroyed.
I'm more than happy for you to count that as being able to hit it with 1. I'm
And he
not worried.
can. Yeah, and he just repairs 1 friendly model for D3 wounds. The problem is that he can't. He's on the wrong side of the road to use that ability. So, and as we see, we're going to see those Terminators push out so that
Big
I
scary
reckon the
demon thing.
Terminators in combat
But wait,
are
for
actually going to fall
chaos, we
back.
deal with demons every day. Don't
They're going to fall
care.
back, maintain on the objective, and the other
Demon.
unit of 10 are going to unleash hell.
That's what he was just looking at line of sight, so definitely wants to get some shots off.
Yeah. It's interesting that he hasn't Veiled yet. Considering his Car's objectives are so backfield orientated, like, I think it's going to be... He's got to do it at least this turn. Ooh, Dreadnought's going to advance here. Which Dread is he moving, though?
Coming out.
Yeah. He's setting up for next turn. Or he's hoping the Destroyers won't be able to be there. Maybe. But I'll get a confirmation on whether that's the Contemptor or the Hellbrute. But I think the one in the back may be the Hellbrute. Quite possibly. I'll go confirm that. I'm going to go get the scores so you guys can... I can update those. But what are your thoughts, Dale? Why don't you share your thoughts with chat as I get these scores for you?
Yeah, righto, mate. Well, I think what we're seeing Andrew do right now is check out his zoning out on backfield, which is obviously, as Scotty just mentioned, Kyle needs to start getting these veils to get these behind enemy lines and get these deployed teleport homers, but Andrew's doing a really good job of zoning out. So I think it's going to be very interesting because we're going to lose one of the Catans this turn. And then, how'd we go, mate?
No Volkite, it's not Volkite. I was completely incorrect. So the Contemptor is the one that's next to that Demon Prince.
Yep.
And then the one that's just moved out of line of sight but advanced is the Hellbrute.
Okay.
So, a bit of a quick reading there from my part.
Cool. Well, the mates down
What are your thoughts? What we're sharing?
I'm just really interested to see how we go about killing these Catans. So we've decided the one-on-one wound is going.
Yep.
But the big part is whether is that the Nightbringer in the back?
No, that's the Void
Oh, yeah.
Dragon. The Nightbringer is the one that's in
So the
combat.
Nightbringer's going to die. The Void Dragon's still on full wounds, I believe.
Yep.
So it's going to be super interesting whether we're going to... I'm assuming they're going to get him down to 3 wounds between Psychic and Shooting.
These guys are going to move up
Quite
here.
possibly.
And then, but the Assault Phase is going to be the big one. I'm pretty sure Andrew's pretty happy with the board state. And just when you were leaving, he was checking his back corners for zoning out. So
Yeah.
he's super aware of this veil.
That's good to know. So, to update you guys on points, currently at the end of turn 1, Andrew scored 3 points on primary holding his own. He was able to score 3 points on mutate. He's still got the full 15 onto the last. I tend to, so when tracking to the last, I'll track it from everything that's still on the field, and as things die, I'll decrease it. Yep. Is how I track it. And then Stranglehold, he did end up holding the 3, which then means, including to the last, he's looking at to be on 24 points already. Pretty solid. Missing Colour, welcome in. Great to have you. Glad that you're enjoying seeing these two factions head to head. And your own two factions, awesome. Love to hear it. So, we've got in the Psychic here, so I'll turn off our camera so we can see the dice rolls. But then, for Kyle's points, he didn't get any on primary. He got 2 on War the Witch, though, by killing that top unit of rubrics, but didn't get homers, didn't get behind enemy lines, so he's already behind quite significantly here. Even if we don't count to the last, 2 points to 7.
Yep.
In turn 1.
I think the most interesting thing about that movement phase is we've got the Demon Princes still back behind the crates. We haven't had any fall back here. I think Andrew's decided he's happy with shooting and psychicking the
Nightbringer off.
That's the play, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's going to psychic there and charge there.
Yeah.
That's it. So he's going to try and psychic his squad of rubrics out of combat.
Yep.
And then get shooting and charge off. And I think he's actually going to be happy pushing the smaller squad that have already took some casualties. He's happy to lose those 5 points, potentially later in the game.
Yep.
But he's just going to go get rid of these Catans, and then I think he's going to see that as a good state for him to push forward in the game.
Yeah.
Don't think he's particularly wrong, to be honest.
No, I don't either. And we can see him using some psychic powers to get additional movement here.
I love that. That's so good, eh? So that's what he needs for the Stranglehold.
Yep. However, the real question is that going to open up his backfield?
Well, it's definitely got the potential for at least the mid-board for a Veil, which I don't think is going to be a bad choice either, because Cole needs to get moving fast.
Yes, he does. He 100% does. So, I'm really intrigued here.
Yep.
He's planning on that front units that's in the Nightbringer. He's planning on killing them. He wants to kill the Nightbringer to then charge the Void Dragon with that unit.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I reckon they're going to do that in the Psychic phase, kill him, and then jump on the trap.
That's huge.
Yeah. I didn't see it until I thought about it a bit deeper. But yeah, I tell you what I'm impressed with this T-Sun's army is there's a fair bit of player skill you can see with his psychic powers to do the movement. There's tricks. There's lots of tricks going on.
He's just got the smite off.
Is it still 1 wound or did he?
He got the smite off, so it's D3, so it's
gone?
It's automatically going to be 1 wound and it's going to do it.
On a 4+, he goes bang.
Is he going to blow up here?
He goes bang.
He does.
Anybody within 6 inches. So that's probably going to hurt himself.
Thanks, Carlos.
Yep, it hits my Void Dragon.
So one of the assistant TOs, Carlos, just asking if we're all good for drinks and such.
He offered me my 3rd coffee of the day, and I don't think my heart can do that.
I've had
against my Void Dragon
later in the day.
Yeah, I
2.
think so.
That's not great.
I think so. Round 3 we need.
Against the Terminators.
More stimulants.
3. So it'll drop 1.
3 mortals against the
And
Terminators
against the Sorcerer.
in response.
3. Oof.
Oh, that's
Felt
costly
that.
there.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's honestly really costly because just, I mean, blowing up on a 4-up, he caused what, 8 mortal wounds there?
More than he did when he was trying to go combat.
Combat-wise, he did manage to kill.
No, it's possible to kill them in 3 phases.
But he
People complain
did
about them all the time. As long as you've got a
3
Psyker, it's possible.
Terminator's worth of damage
he
across
did.
3 different units because he hit the two sorcerers.
So you
with
can
the
only do
broken
one more
behind.
wound through this phase, yeah.
That's a good play.
And the Void Dragon's taken 2 wounds this phase, so he's going to take one more only one more this phase.
Yeah.
Oh, Juno's coming in with a cheeky comment. Most damage you could expect out of those Titans this matchup. Oh, buddy. That's cheeky.
I had a chat to Jeff, captain of the
Would it
Locust
be a
team
9,
one,
your +1?
Yep.
and he was.
Sorry about that, team.
He was.
I mean, your
that.
result was a 9.
This was the matchup he wanted for the Necrons. So,
Really?
Yeah.
This was the matchup. That surprises me.
Well, he mentioned just the how much damage they can do on the psychic phase was what he felt was the what he wanted to do. So yeah, he wanted to put Andrew into pole.
Right.
And I guess we can see that playing out right now.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. I mean, the real thing here, though,
Just Doom bolted, I believe, with Armour.
is it in terms
Oh
of
no,
this
sorry.
matchup.
You Doom bolted someone else because he Doom bolted the
I
Night
really
Ringer.
think that the
Yep, so
the
they do
Armour of
multiple
Contempt
damage,
facing Reanimation Protocols is really interesting here. The stacking of saves, the stacking of abilities is really, really interesting to see. Really, really interesting. There's the movement shenanigans you were talking about with that strat.
Yep, and he.
So he brought back that Terminator and then placed it 2 inches in front to get a closer charge.
Yep, I think he's going to get it off too. I think. Have we? Cool.
We're not even in the shooting phase
No,
yet.
yeah, that's what's going to be. That's what's going to be one. So he did move. I'm surprised the Dreadnought didn't come down the side to get a line of sight over.
It's
here.
only got a melter gun.
Oh, is that it? Okay,
Yeah, it's only got like a melter gun or multi-melter.
Yeah, okay.
So
that makes sense.
doesn't really have that much benefit that it can add
yeah, 4
in
men.
that regard. So it's just going to be one of those things that you can, you know.
That is an 11. That's a super Zeech's Firestorm. And now I gotta count the
11 for Zeech's Firestorm. Wow.
9 dice. 5 for 6 2 4
Why is the
9 dice, 5s and 6s. So we're looking at 3-4 mortal wounds, maybe.
3 more to win.
3 mortal wounds.
Yep. I believe. Three wounds apiece for the smaller locusts.
Oh wow! There goes some destroyers.
Oofed, yep. That's going to
And I
hurt.
cannot reanimate him because it's a psychic power.
That is the one weakness. Psychic powers do get around reanimation protocols.
Okay.
That's true. That's true. And
2. So I'm not
which leans a bit more even into why they wanted the matchup. I think these T-Suns are just
going to be 3 dice.
just doing well into the Necron matchup.
For sure.
I think the boys are. We just had a 2-hour call from
Less than 2 hours.
T.O. Hayden, and I think these boys are on track to make that easy.
They
So,
are. They are. Like they've got
One
just
more.
over an hour and a half to go. They're already into turn 2. So
Oh yeah, no. If you choose to smite, it has to go towards him and it negates it.
that's interesting. Using the Void Dragon shield the destroyers from a smite because he is the closest.
Yep.
All right, we'll leave the players to go through their shooting phase, and we'll go for a bit of a walk and see what's going on. And yeah, we'll let you guys listen to how these
With the amount of
how
firepower
Andrew goes
sitting
in the
there,
shooting
I'm
phase.
pretty sure you can.
Alright. This squad here will do this. He's toughness 7, yeah?
Yes, I believe he is.
Toughness 5 is
They are T5, yes. Void Dragon is toughness 7.
Alright, so these guys here
Yep.
will shoot the dudes at the back.
You ready, all?
And these guys here who can't see the distance back.
So there'll be -1 to hit them for the vent.
Yep. Alright, we'll start with these 5 guys here. We've got 1 Soul Reaper and 4 Common Bolters.
Ready, up?
Let's do +1 to wound. 2 CP.
So force the wound for the bolters.
Alright, Wrath of the Wrong. Alright, so we'll start with the 4 bolters on the Wood Dragon.
Yep.
So that's 8, 12, 16 shots.
+1 to wound on the Void Dragon.
+1, this squad gets a +1.
Oh, right, okay.
So I'll
Yep.
get a +1 when another 5 shots go.
So your bolters will be wounding on 4s regardless then.
Yeah, and the Soul Reaper will be
3s.
oh, strength 6, so same.
Well, it'll be 4s for them, 6s if you fire,
Yeah.
3s if you fire into Destroyers.
Alright, so yeah, this squad, this 5 over here at the Void Dragon.
Yep.
We got 16s hitting on 4s.
Yes, because -1 of the.
4s rolling ones.
Oof.
Alright, so we got. Got 8.
Jonathan B92, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the chapter. I hope you're enjoying the coverage, my friend.
That's pretty good. Alright, what did 6 at -2?
6 at -2. Void Dragon is going to be a 4+ invuln save. He fails 3. That's all the damage you can take.
That's all the damage. Alright.
Oh, that's not good.
Alright, so move on to these guys here.
Yep.
They shoot everything at that back squad.
Yep.
So how many wounds does that guy have left?
He's got 1 wound left.
Alright, we'll start with the bolters. So we got. We'll start with the Soul Reaper actually.
Yep.
Soul Reaper, so that's wounding on 3s and now down to 2s.
Hitting on 4s though.
Sorry, I'm hitting up 4s. We're only ones.
So
Alright.
2 hits.
2 hits.
And winning on 3s, 2s. Yeah.
2s. Alright, so 2 at -3.
2 at -3, 3 up armor, t-shirts.
Here we go, t-shirt
Here,
save.
box guards. Nope. Damage.
Just 1.
Right, so that will knock him down and take him to 2.
Alright, 16 shots from the bolters.
Yep.
Hitting on.
Possible reanimation, so I'm just going to leave him there unless you wipe the squad.
Alright, so 4s, we're rolling 1s.
Yep.
That many.
And then 4s to wound.
Yep. 4s to wound. Alright, so we got 3, 6, 7 at -2.
7, -2, 5 ups. I need at least 3 of these for the squad to live. Nah, they're gone. Just.
I still have 4 shots.
Oh no, they're not. The heavy destroyer's got 4 wounds.
No worries. I still got 4 more shots from the rocket launcher. Sorry, 2 shots from the rocket launcher.
I will attempt a CP reroll to try and soften it a bit. Nah. So, heavy destroyer's got 1 wound left.
Alright, we got 2 shots from the Hellfire missile rack. So hitting on 4s, we're rolling 1s. Hey, 2 hits. Strength 8, so we're winning on 2s.
Yep.
Ooh. That one. AP -2.
So that's 5 up.
I'm going to CP roll this one.
Yep.
There we go. So you got 2 saves now at -2. So I'm down to 6.
Come on, buddy. I believe. Nope.
Too much belief.
Not enough belief. The dice gods do not favor me this day.
No favor.
And there go the Destroyers, ladies and gentlemen. They have just been wiped by shooting. Andrew's dice rolls have just been hot this game.
I'll be down to
Have they
4
what?
CP now too. 4 CP.
They're his own custom dice, by the way. Yeah.
The cheeky Thousand Suns dice.
Yep. So they roll good if anyone wants to get their hands on some.
Let's see what. Oh, he's going to dedicate some shooting over those warriors now because he's already dealt with the Destroyers and he wants to go into the Satan Shard and the Void Dragon, which is down to 3
there
wounds.
should be.
Yeah.
So he's already done enough shooting into it and psychic to be able to
Just as that guy's
wait until getting into combat and finish
So
off
we're
in a
going to do a
single
cheeky
turn.
strat.
Oh, cheeky
called
strat. Here we go.
Soul Reaper, which means if there's a squad of 11 or more,
Wow.
You know what the crazy thing about this story? I think this is just like bonus shooting. He would have only been like, I'll get Warriors if I have to. But he's just he's took out those destroyers so fast.
So hitting on
and he's pulled his strat out of his pocket.
Yep.
I don't think he even was like banking on this happening. He's just like, this is just top.
Yep. This is dessert on top of the mains.
Yep.
So we'll see if he's able to convert. I mean, the Technomancer can bring back D3 Warriors in next turn, so he needs to kill a decent amount. But we'll see what happens, I guess.
All hit.
Even then, I was thinking this 20 Warrior blob was Kyle's tool to start taking over in the middle of the board. And if he starts losing significant numbers of them, what's going on in Kyle's bottom left corner? Is he...
That bottom left.
He's going to have to start pushing stuff forward.
That's the War Scythe's Lich Guard with the Overlord, so they're probably going to be the ones nailing up.
He's going to have to commit them next turn.
He has to.
Just go straight through. Is that them done shooting at them?
3 bolters left. We got 12 bolters left. And actually, we got a missile rack, 2 missile racks too. Right, 12 shots hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1. Alright, we got 12 hits.
Yep.
And
Winning on 4s.
That's pretty good. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 at neg 2. So you got 6 hits.
Yep. They're gone, that's it.
That's it.
That
That
was
is
disgusting.
huge.
I think Kyle just
Oh, I
said
can
it
understand
in-
why.
Disgusting is the word he used to describe it.
Yes, I would agree. Taking out a
that
few
very
with
much hurts.
20 Warriors.
And that's that strat.
Which doesn't make sense. I don't have
the one
souls.
thing that Andrew, he's only been playing T-Suns
That's
exclusively.
40k, nothing makes
when they were
sense.
terrible for the whole of 9th edition.
Yep.
So being able to have his Terminators set up ready to do destroyers, that doesn't happen. Well, he gets it done early, and he gets to pivot, pulls the strat out of his back pocket. That just shows what the level of mastery
reckon you're
over
gonna need a
faction
3.
can do.
Yep,
Because
100%.
Players that aren't
3 will
all
do it.
over the codex would miss that strat.
For sure. And Chapter Master, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Really appreciate the support in helping myself get to more events around the east coast of Australia. It's greatly appreciated, my friend, and hope you're enjoying the coverage. But yeah, I just losing all those Warriors and the Scarab Cult Terminators going to the Void Dragon is big.
I hate to say it, Scotty. I think we've just seen basically the game, and the rest is... Yeah, the big thing about this is, because it's teams, wins and losses matter, but also the push to get. So there's still going to be a lot of game where Kyle has to get as many points as he can.
Exactly.
But I can't see him coming for the actual win at this stage.
I
I mean, he's going to try and score as many points as possible
do
to
think
definitely
the Void
help on
Dragon's
that
going to live, but we'll see what
differential.
happens.
But
Pylon?
Yep.
other than that, let's see what
Yeah,
happens in
3
this
and 5.
combat.
I think, the combat's big, and then Kyle's going to have to veil really aggressively.
Has
They
to.
have press rush, so let's see if they can do it. So these can get here. I think I can get everyone in.
Fly Lemon, you smart Alec, how you doing, brother? And Polydog said, nice, Goose is cooked. Oh, reckon the Necrons are done for. This is going to be interesting to see.
This guy's gonna have to stay back. This guy move back.
You should be able to do that. That's fine. That'll work.
All right, none of them are touching him either.
Yep.
All right, let's see if I can get those last 3 wounds. All right, we'll start with the Kopeshes. So we got 6 times 3, that's 18. 8, 12, 16. All right, 16. Hitting on 2s because I still got press up.
Yep.
We're rolling no one.
Ooh, you're very far away for the warrior walls.
All right, so we got 14 hits.
Yep.
And we got string 5, so 5s. All right, so we got
Only 4 of them.
4 at neg 3.
The problem is, I need to make 3 of them.
You need to make. Yes.
Because you're 2 damage apiece. Yeah. Alright, whatever's listening, help me. He makes them all 4 up invuln.
So he lives. Alright, so we still got the staff.
That's a huge pass of all 4 up invos there, really big.
3 hits.
To keeping that guy alive,
D7.
keeping the Void Dragon alive.
Oof.
He doesn't take a wound.
Oh. And he gains 2 back in my turn.
And Juno's 100% agree. 100% agree. It's going to be really interesting
Honestly,
to
I
see
thought he
what
was
these
dead
secondaries
there,
are going to do.
Good to have a bit of stroke of luck. Rightio, so the Void Dragon will strike that. I am going to pay 2 command points for Entropic Strike with him, so he ignores your invuln saves.
Yikes. Just say 2
That is a huge
2 command points.
strat.
Yeah,
Ignoring the invos there. He's got to do it. He's got to spend that CP. Because
Void
otherwise
Dragon.
he potentially wouldn't
He's
convert.
got 5 attacks with his spear, and then he's got an extra D6 attack with his tail.
Yep.
So starting with his spear, you're still -1 to hit with him.
Yep.
So 3's to hit with the spear. So 4 hits. Strength is 9.
So 2s.
2s. 3 wounds at -4. So down to -3.
Neg 3.
No invulns, so 5s.
So 2 go through. How much damage each?
D6. So the first one, 5, it'll kill one off.
Yep.
And the second one, 5, it'll kill another.
Welcome in, Shazakilla. How you doing? And 2 Scarab Occult Terminators down from that. From that
Then
return
he's got
swing.
D6 attacks with his tail.
Plus the additional D6 attacks. Let's see
So
how he
D6
goes.
attacks, just for 2.
Let's see if he's able to
2s.
convert here.
3, sorry, because you're -1. Both hit. Strength is 6 for this, so 3's to wound. 1 wound at -2, so -1.
-1. How much damage?
1. So just
So
2
2
up
up.
saves.
Got it.
It's good.
Alright, that's the end of my turn, I think, bro.
No morale there for you.
They are immune to morale.
Oh, right, yeah, forget that.
Alright.
Yeah, apparently soulless creatures that don't have souls can still run away, but you know.
Mine is soulless too, so you should have it.
What are we fighting for then?
We should be friends. Alright, so I got my tertiary.
I will never be friends with you, filth. Get off my planet.
Alrighty, so Dale's just ducked off to go for a bit of a walk, so I'm still
Oh,
here
you're
with
off the
you guys,
objective
ladies
there.
and gentlemen.
Yeah, you
So-
came off it. So no.
Really
Ooh.
interesting that
He says as he kills 20.
Andrew's only on 1 or 2 objectives here, so he's not scoring max on primary. I will go and get those points
3
though,
command points.
for them
primary?
once Dale is back
I will
with
gain
us, so he
just the
can
4
kind
for
of
holding 1.
give you guys a bit of an
Because I
idea.
hold 1, but not more than you, and I don't hold
But
2.
it's really interesting that the
rightio.
Satan
So,
is able to get 2
phase,
wounds back now,
because of the command protocol. Oh no, he doesn't get
as
that.
well as then
He doesn't get it because
talking
he's not
about
the dynasty, so he only
Dale,
gets 1
here
back.
we go. So
But he's back up to
Satan
4.
chart, the Void Dragon killed 2 Termies.
It's got 1 wound left, or?
No,
command
it didn't
phase.
take any wounds.
Don't
as
really have
far
a
as I
lot.
know, and he's going to get 2 wounds back in his
Okay.
turn.
He's going to my will be
That's
done
interesting.
to
I think that
the
makes
so
this more
they're
of a
+1 to
game,
hit.
which I'm
It
super keen to
does.
see.
It does. It's going to be really interesting to see. I'm just going to go
Hopefully.
and quickly grab the turn 2 scores so I can update them for everybody after I just update the turn number.
Lovely. When you get back, mate, I've just had a look at the other games in the
Yeah,
matchup,
for sure.
and I've got some
They can't do
reports
any of
for
their
you.
command
Great.
abilities. He would have.
Well, feel free to share it with
still there.
everyone whilst I'm gone. I'll be on in a second.
Righto. I'll wait for Scotty to get back before I do
We will
every
start
the
by-
other games.
I will advance
But,
the immortals up here, the top corner ones.
Yep.
That's
Advancing them.
interesting. Did anyone else in the chat
inch.
think that the Qatar was going to survive?
5 inches. So
For
it'll be
them to take 0 wounds is crazy.
enough to get on there.
Alrighty, so what have you got for us, Dale?
So, do you have the matchups anywhere?
I do. So we have got Imperial Knights versus Astra Militarum.
So I didn't see that one because we've got the rest of the team is grouped together, and that matchup is in the back of the store somewhere, and I couldn't find it.
Oh gosh, okay.
That's actually an interesting matchup, isn't it?
Yeah, that'd be really interesting considering Astra Militarum came in with all their ability to do automatic wounds on 6s with the balanced arm slate.
He's going to be...
And then with this terrain, I'm assuming if they've got enough infantry, there's going to be a lot of movement going on.
Yes. What I've noticed with a lot of the Astra Militarum this at the event is that they've taken a lot of the infantry squads for 60 points and just equipped them to high hell.
Yep.
Las cannons, plasma guns, plasma pistols, vox casters, everything that you previously would have had to have spent points for, they're now taking for free. It's gnarly and it's great for them.
I think that was a big surprise when we did a breakdown of the teams attending. There's like 7% of Guard, which is crazy.
Yep, 6 lists of Imperial Guard. So to update Andrew, you guys on Andrew's points, Kyle is down to 5 CPs still. I think they've still got to update that, but Andrew did score 8 points on primary. But he did not manage to get mutate or stranglehold at this point.
He's moved off.
Actually, yeah, he has. He's moved off that one there. Actually, he did get mutate, so there's 3 points, and he did get the 3 points on the primary. So he scored 11 on primary this turn, with additional 3 points on mutate. We'll see what happens with stranglehold, but unfortunately, stranglehold needing to sit on 3 and then more than your opponent. He has to try and get onto one of the other objectives, and I don't think he can.
No, I thought he would have get that Terminator squad to string out a little bit to stay on there, but maybe he got a bit excited because I do that quite often.
Or maybe he had to maintain unit coherency with his consolidation.
No, that's true. Yeah, I'd be interested. But what about these other matchups, mate?
So we've then got Imperial Knights and Astra Militarum. We've got Necrons for Andrew's team playing against Chaos Space Marines.
Yep. So I had a look at that board state, and it looked like the Necrons have taken over a big sections of the board.
Yep.
They're in the middle, they're coming down the left flank.
So I dare say they've probably taken Purge the Vermin as a secondary in that case.
Yep.
Then we've got Death Guard into Sisters.
Okay, so that one's super even. We've just moved in the middle of the board. They've both still got a lot of models left, but no one's took over any board supremacy. That
also
would be
the end of the movement.
Matchup out of
His
I'd say
pals.
so far.
Okay. Then the Black Templars facing Ultramarines, the Marines versus Marines.
Yes, okay, so Black Templars pushing up hard, and they've got a lot of board control, and I would dare say that the Ultramarines are going to struggle to shift them from where they are at right now. I guess over the next few turns we'll see where the killing goes, but I'd say overall the long necks have got 2, including this one, 3 favourable matchups.
Yeah.
Like they're doing well early game.
Yes. So with the first couple of turns, I mean, we're sitting on about an hour and a half left on the actual countdown clock. I think, hour 34. Ours is a bit further ahead because I'm going off the actual players pack of the time start instead of the that clock. So they've actually got an extra 18 minutes or something like that on the clock that we can update at some point. So I think Kyle's really thinking through what he needs to do here.
I think he needs to.
I think he does. He has used Veil though. If you look in that bottom right hand corner,
this is getting good.
It is. He's used the Veil to bring the Ward and the Lich Guard down to that bottom right hand corner. He has to be 9 inches away with the unit. Wolfington, thank you very much, my friend. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying the content and the coverage.
Yep. Well, you're definitely within 80
Now, the Warlord allows any unit to reroll charges. So it means that those Lich Guard are going to reroll their charge into the Scarab Occult Terminators there. The thing is I don't think they're going to put out enough attacks to be able to do the damage.
You know what? I honestly, this is a hard one. I think them not making the charge might be more interesting than them making the charge. Because Andrew doesn't actually want to move the Terminators into that corner.
Yeah.
If he does that, it's going to be like 2 or 3 turns where he's not doing much. Can he walk the Terminators that he moves from down there?
I'm not sure.
So, I'm just saying, I think Andrew would accept the
battle happening more in the middle of the battle. He doesn't really want to push his 400 points of Terminators into one corner, does he?
Yeah. Polydog saying he was tricked into selecting those secondaries by the God of Change. It happens to the best of us. Yeah. I'm just going to hide our camera as they're rolling dice, guys.
Wow, this got so much more interesting.
So Lich Guard get 3 attacks base, and I believe they've got a strike to get an extra attack.
Yep.
So it means that
3?
with only 8 of them,
Right, yeah, so 6
that's
ups.
going to be 32 attacks.
No, damage.
They're only damage
so
2, however.
What's their AP?
-4.
Drop 1
Okay.
and drop 1
Okay,
to 1
that
wound.
makes it interesting at least.
The thing is that I don't think they've got the same strat as the Void Dragon to be able to ignore inbots.
Okay.
That's going to be the big thing there.
3, 4. Looks like you got 6.
So, we're into the shooting
got 2
phase
there, 2
for
there, and 2
Kyle
inside.
with his Necrons. He's going to try and do as much as he can, so let's really see what he's going to do here.
24 shots.
Yep.
15. 20. All right, hitting on 3s. 24 shots.
Ooh, reroll the 1s.
Few 1s there.
3 extra hits.
That many.
And wounding on 5s.
5. Right.
8. Corn!
8. 8 and next 2.
Blood God has spoken. 5 ups. We've got 3 saves. So that will drop 3. That's them done shooting?
Yep.
Reanimation Protocols. So, are you familiar with how reanimation works?
Just go for it. I kind of, yeah.
Basically, I roll a die for each wound counter they got. And then on a 5+, I have to equal the amount of wounds. So, I need 2 5-ups to get 1 back.
Yeah.
I get 1 back.
Get 1 back. So 2 CP for 2 Lich Guard, or whatever they're called.
Yeah, the Lich Guard.
All right.
Rightio.
Continue.
So the rest of my end of the movement, we'll go to his powers. We're going to start with Transdimensional Thunderbolt, and I'm going to target that guy there.
Because you can target characters.
Yes. No, I can't. Not with this, because he's less than 9 wounds. He's near a squad that's 3 or more, and he's not the closest target, so I can't. We'll just throw it into them then.
Yeah.
Or... No, we'll throw it into them. So on a 2+, they take D3.
Yep.
So D3 mortal wounds. For 2 mortal wounds.
All right, so 1 guy's down to 1.
And then he will do Voltage Storm into them as well. Same deal, on a 2+, they take D3 mortal wounds. Yep, D3 mortal wounds. 3.
3. All right, so he's dead, and we got this left on this guy.
Yep.
1 left on that.
I'm going to do something a little silly and a bit adventurous. I'm going to pay 1 command point for Dimensional Destabilization.
Oh, okay.
So after I finish using a Catan power at the end of my movement phase, I can immediately roll a D6, and that Catan gets to use that corresponding Catan power that I roll.
Nice, all right. Bit of a lottery. Is there one that you really don't want?
Time Arrow.
All right, let's see.
I mean, Time Arrow is great, but it involves rolling against your wounds. I have to roll equal or greater than your wounds. If I succeed, it's just removed.
Okay.
But yeah, it's very bit of a finicky one.
Yeah.
Sorry, just going to shut. Here we are. So the corresponding Catan power, 3.
3.
Sky of the Falling Stars.
I'm going to guess you did an Auspex scan.
Auspex scan.
Auspex scan, yeah. He took
Yeah,
it.
I thought so. Dale wasn't 100% certain, but I was like, oh, it could be that.
Why is he rolling dice? Yeah.
So Sky of the Falling Stars, I can select up to 3 enemy units within 24 inches of him.
Yep.
I roll a d6 on a 1 to 5. If the dice is less than the number of models in the unit, the unit suffers D3 mortal wounds.
Alright.
And then on a 6, it does nothing. So the units I'm going to select are the guys in front of me. I will select these guys here. And
Can you select characters?
yes, I can, but I need to roll. I have to roll less
Oh, right.
in the unit, so you can't really
Okay.
do characters. So, would you say he might have a bit of sight on them or no?
You measure from the spear, right?
No, you measure it from his base.
Alright. Well, then you can't.
Oh, I don't have to. Doesn't have to be visual.
Oh, there you go. Choose
So
whatever you
I'll
want.
select those guys over there.
Yep.
So starting with these guys, need a 1 or a 2. Nope, nothing happens to them. These guys just don't roll a 6.
Yep.
3, so they'll take D3.
Yep.
1 mortal wound to them.
Yep.
And the guys over there, they'll take D3. And they will take, they will take 2.
2, so one guy's dead.
So one guy gets popped. That was worth a try.
Yep.
And then I've just got to do Harbinger of Destruction from him,
Okay.
which will be onto that unit there for the one guy in front.
Yep.
So 3d6, 4 plus, each 4 plus is a mortal wound. So that unit takes 2 mortal wounds.
Another guy dead.
Yep. Oops. You can't do anything in your phase. Beautiful. On to shooting. So, don't believe his spear is a pistol. It is not.
No pisties.
So the Void Dragon can't throw his spear. That's fine. We're going to start something with a little cheeky, I reckon.
Cheeky. Alright.
We're going to fire a Tachyon arrow
Alright.
from here down into the Hellbrute.
Oh my gosh. Is there the range for that?
120-inch range.
Okay.
One shot though.
I like it.
So, and it's through smoke. So I'm going to hit him on the 3.
Alright.
So, come on, boy. Give me a good old yeet.
Loves it.
He hits. The strength of the Tachyon arrow, I believe, is 12.
Alright, so 2s. Yeah, 2s. 3s.
Yeah. That's Catan. Models. Yep, strength 12. Well within half range. So, wounding on a 3. Helps if I get it on the actual table. Oh, it doesn't.
That's a negative.
I will CP re-roll that
Yep, you're on
because
one
I would
CP
like to
now.
try it and hurt. So down to 1.
Yep. You can do it.
You know, that is correct. Come on.
Got it.
3. That is at -5, so it goes to -6 because of Mephrit.
Alright, so 5-up bimble. There we go.
The Hellbrutes, your Hellbrutes have involves?
My whole army has a 5-up
Oh,
bimble.
right, because 1,000 Suns,
But it
yeah.
failed.
Yep, D6 damage.
Alright.
For the 6.
There we go. So 5
Beautiful.
damage. Because -1 damage. So he's down to 5. Okay.
So that's him.
cool.
That's him done.
That worked.
He can't shoot. We'll fire the Plasmancer. He's got a gun, and he will fire into that squad there
Yep.
with his Plasmeric Lance. A Plasmic Lance. He's got...
So we've just been looking a bit at the board state, ladies and gentlemen, and the middle rubrics are actually on that objective with 1 model.
So that's D3
So
shots.
if
Got
the
2 shots.
Plasmance is able to kill that model, it means that he denies that objective and stops Stranglehold.
Both hit.
But I believe Stranglehold is
And
scored
strength
at
of this
the end
is
of
7.
the player turn. I think it
So 3 swoon.
So, yeah, end of player turn.
But
Yeah,
it's
fair
just important to start whittling down those little
does
squads
also have his
regardless,
pistol.
because as we saw in the first turn, top left,
yeah,
he used them,
those-
and then he used them in the middle.
Yeah. They're just cheeky
that advanced, they can't.
scoring, objective scoring. However, the big thing is
So we'll definitely
almost
fire them
everything in
down
his
into
arm is a
Rubik.
psyker. So every time he trades something off, it's gonna be
They're not within rapid fire.
yeah,
so
scoring for a ball. The
Yeah.
witch.
That and
So
Stranglehold.
4 shots hitting normally.
He's going to keep
Hitting
using them
on
until he
threes.
can't. So Cole's ability to get rid of those tools, very important.
2 hits.
Yeah.
Strength
Chief
of the gun is
Dingo,
5.
check out the
so 3 to
Discord, my
wound.
friend. Make sure you react to the rules channel there. It'll unlock the rest of the
1
server,
wound
and you'll be
at
able to see the list that the players
-2,
are
I
using
believe,
for
for
this
them.
match in the tournament
So to go to a negative 1, it is 1
there.
damage, so your normal save.
I got hospital cover, so I got 2.
But yeah, it's really interesting
And one
to see
guy
the
hitting
state.
on a 4-up.
And we were saying this off mic that down in that bottom right hand corner with the Lich Guard, they did get Auspex scans.
Might be able to tag
However,
something.
he did reanimate
they
one of the
absolutely
Lich Guard
won't tag.
directly in front of the units to
I
make a
will
closer charge. And you were saying that it should
stupidly
have probably
attempt to
been
charge
a bit
with
further
the Lich
forward,
Guard.
so it was that 2 inches coherency, but to get further forward.
That's what I was
They
thinking.
You want to do
will-
an action? Do you have any actions to do?
Maybe there was a reason behind that.
No,
I'm
because they've got to be
definitely no
wholly
Necron
within your
expert.
deployment zone. I'm not
Yeah,
wholly
I
within.
would have thought he would have gone the full 2 inches to reduce that charge distance, particularly
if
if
I was
he's
gonna
wanting
do
to
an
get the
action, I'd do it in my
Overlord in
movement
as
phase,
well.
so.
I really think that should have been.
These guys are going to attempt to charge your.
All right, here we go.
There we go. Let's see what happens here.
So, we need an 8-inch charge. 8 because I reanimated forward.
Yeah.
And because of his Warlord trait, they can reroll their charge.
Is he able to convert?
Come on, boys. Come on.
7.
7. Come on with the
Come on,
reroll.
Carl,
Come on,
let's go,
Corn.
boys.
Give me the numbers. Come on. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, with
He's
a
in.
9?
That's all I got to do now. I just got to pray to
charge.
Corn.
Well, it's what he wanted, and
And that extra 3-inch pile-in is also going to help him be able to get into combat. The fact that the Scarab Occult Terminators are also within an inch of that terrain means that because the Lich Guard are infantry, they can actually fight through,
yep.
which is also huge.
Or I wouldn't be surprised if he. Oh, this is interesting because if he plays it smart and kills the right stuff, he might be able to consolidate around into the building, so he's not able to be targeted as easily.
The only thing is, those first 2 Lich Guard on the outside of the building are in base-to-base contact, so they won't be able to consolidate around.
Yep. He would have had to be very particular with how he places models charging.
Yeah. So, the stratagem I'm expecting to see here.
Here we go. Let's bring out that Necron knowledge.
Let's have a look. There is one for them.
I will pay a command point for disruption fields. So I pick a
what you're
Necron's
thinking?
core unit for the Lich Guard. They increase their strength by 1.
The increase of strength by
Yep.
How does that change the
I've
maps?
got
I'm assuming easier to wound by 1.
It's +1 strength, which is a bit surprising. I would have thought it would have gone maybe there might be another one that
6 guys. They are +1 to hit because of my will be done. So hitting on 2.
hits, so what would that put them to? So is strength 8 into the Terminator. So
Unfortunately, no
that's gonna be
rerolls.
really
Because
huge.
That's
Necron,
money. That's why
unless
he's
you have a
done it.
Lord, you
Yeah.
don't get them, or unless you're a Destroyer.
Okay. These guys might be doing worse.
Still a good amount of hits.
Oh, that's a
Strength
ton
8,
of
hitting on
hits.
2s.
Can he convert?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15.
15 out of 16
Negative
wounds,
4.
ladies and gentlemen.
2 damage. So the 5 ups.
5 ups. All right, this is interesting. It's a pretty good roll in there.
3, 4.
You do have a
Wow.
5.
Yeah, that's
pretty good.
I think, considering how well Cole was rolling all those hits, I think Andrew's going to be happy with those saving throws.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Just going to adjust that alert box for that's quite loud. Hopefully that shouldn't be as loud now. But yeah, like, that is quite big, and you can see what Andrew's done. He's taken the model out of combat that's in base to base, and he's also removed the ones on the other side of the board. And he's got 4 remaining. Oh, I'm just going to quickly go and fix that camera, and I'll be right back.
I can't kill him.
You'll probably have to pile him in, I think, because he's out of the half-inch.
There we go.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Unfortunately, yeah, you won't be able to kill him, but
Kill him. All right, the sorcerer, 3 attacks. Two got prestos, 3 hits. Strength 6, so 5s.
nothing.
And then we got
2 blades.
2 blades. Hitting on 2s.
Hitting on 2s, all hit.
And
Winning on
5s.
5s. 1.
Neck 3.
Then neg 3. 4 up invuln. No, takes it.
2 damage.
2 damage, he's down to 2.
Alright, so you fight back with your big fella.
So the Void Dragon will go next.
Yep.
It's 5 attacks, hitting on 3s because he's still -1.
Yep.
So 3s. Oof. Only 2. Strength is 9, so still 2s to wound. 2 wounds. Neg 4 still, I believe.
Yep. Is that 5 up?
Yep.
Alright, 5 ups. Alright.
D6. I think it just kills off that last guy. And then D6 attacks with the blade, with the tail.
Yep.
4 attacks with the tail. Hitting on 3s. 4 3 hits. And wounding on 3s. For 2 at, you'll be 2 ups because it's -2 and then you're +1 for 1 damage. Ooh!
That's right, there we go, all up with the man.
Oh, Snake Eyes there. And yes, I was just adjusting the camera so we got the full table view. I'll put some chairs around it and just ask the players ahead of time just to be very careful around it in future.
Did you catch, while you were adjusting, did you catch what happened there, the big play?
I'm guessing the big play was interrupting the Void Dragon.
No, what happened was, I wouldn't even say the big play. So Andrew picked to go with the
strike into the Void Dragon, yeah.
So he got only 1 through, 2 damage, so it took him from 4 to 2, which means only 1 phase next turn. So if the Void Dragon had made that save, it would have been a lot more effort on Andrew's turn to get rid of him. So
but now we see the Scarab of Cold Terminators moving back in. There's 4 of them left.
this is interesting.
Yep. 4 times 3 as well. Simple math. Just don't start bringing fractions in there. Yep. Toughness is 5.
Oh,
That's a good convert. That's a good convert. So what's that? 7?
I think they're gone. But Korn loved me. Korn doesn't love me. They're all gone.
Oh, there we go.
Risky, but oh well.
He had to do it.
Yep, we
He
said he
had
had to
to.
play aggressively, and that's
Yeah.
certainly what he did.
I'm honestly a bit surprised he didn't try and get the Overlord in as well.
Yep.
Like, I probably would have
Unfortunately, I should have picked better
done
secondaries.
the...
You learn.
And he's also said maybe some better secondaries.
How else am I going to learn from that?
I reckon if he had have put the Overlord to the left and put the unit on the right of it and given them both equal ability to charge in, may have done a bit better for him.
I haven't killed any more sorcerers yet, I don't think.
Yep, you did. I have. Oh no, you haven't.
No, you've still got 2 guys in the other squad. Still got a.
Turn 3 for me.
All right. So
I have 0.
what are we expecting from Andrew's turn 3?
My command protocol this turn.
I accidentally changed it too early, Chad. It should have been Carl's turn 2.
Now,
so,
because I'm Mephrit
what do
Dynasty,
we
I can either
expect?
select one or both.
I think
of the
he's
direct
just
hits.
going to start
Not
cleaning
really
up.
going to matter, so I'm going to
yep.
pick both.
He's going to.
He
wants to get rid of the void
unmodified
drag.
6 to wound.
Yep.
Adds an extra 8 to
What do you
my
think he's
weapon.
going to dedicate in the bottom right corner to
If
take
I'm
out
within
the
half
Overlord?
range, you get no benefit.
I
of
reckon
cover.
he's just going to shoot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Stay outside
Extra
of
AP, no cover.
what?
Doubt
They
it's going to
can
help
move
me,
5
but
inches.
see how we go.
So make it as long a charge as possible, because the Overlord is only a 5-inch movement from memory as well. Yep. So by him trying to make that charge distance as long as possible for the Overlord to get into the Terminators or the characters is going to be important in terms of his movement. He needs to get onto an objective 2.
but not more than me.
Probably those Terminators
He's got to.
shift and shoot, like you said.
Yeah, he has to
You
get on that
should have had
objective.
12 for the second round.
He has
You
to
had
deal with the
2 and
Void
1.
Dragon. And he has to try
You're very
and
much
keep
winning this game.
the middle.
Oh, you know you are. But I will
he's going
play
to hold
to
it
the
this
end. I will
turn.
make you work for every point.
But the thing is, he needs to get something on that bottom right hand objective, so that he is actually able to fully score. Stranglehold again.
I think the play, push the Terminators and the characters down the bottom right. But I think if he wants to get the big victory, which I know his captain will want him to get, he needs to do what you were talking about a few turns earlier, get that Demon Prince up in the midboard and start threatening. He can move, either he can have the rubrics there, or he can have the... who's this little fella here?
That is the Hellbrute.
Hellbrute. Does the Hellbrute block? Is he a monster?
He's a monster, yeah.
Alright, so he needs to get the Demon Prince in the midboard to start threatening.
Yeah.
And he can just put him just in behind this ruin. I don't think Carl has anything to threaten him.
There's not really much shooting that he has that's threatening, and that's one of the downsides of Necrons, is that they don't, outside of Destroyers, they don't, and any, you're talking Doom sites, you're talking Doomsday Arcs. Outside of those, they really don't have a lot of good
all my
shooting.
shenanigans are
And it's
used
really,
up with them.
as an up-and-coming Necron player myself, it's really something that you need to build into the list dedicated to have some decent shooting. Whether that's, Immortals being able to have good range with their Gorse weapons are quite good. And we're seeing the Hellbrute advance here, 5 inches, so that's... there we go. He's going to sit on that objective as well. Toe on, so it means that it's going to be very hard for Kyle to try and bring that back now.
And it's that thing that you were mentioning, the tool that Kyle had to stop the attack right now was a 20-man
he was
block.
doing a good job.
And Andrew just said,
Time for you to
here's
do
my
something.
CP, here's my shooting, 20-man block gone. And that's changed the whole game.
It has. So as you can see in that bottom left behind those red containers, the Technomancer has fallen back, and the Plasmance has actually moved up onto that piece of obscuring, and now the Contempt has also moved up. So if the Terminators aren't actually able to do anything to the Void Dragon, the Contemptor more than likely can.
Yep, I think so.
This is where it's going to...
It happened a turn later than what we were predicting, just because
it's
played
gonna
so
hurt.
aggressively with the
Terminators
and
the Lich Guard there as well.
Yeah, exactly. And then the Void Dragon survived that extra turn. I think we've got their turn later. The game as a game for who's going to win has been decided. But what do you think Kyle needs to do now to not make it a 20-0? He needs to get some points for his captain.
He needs to hold his priority objective, and he needs to score at least 8 points on primary every turn.
Yep, exactly.
That's what he needs to do. So that's going to give him 11 points for the next 3 turns. That's 33 points, which is huge. Now, the thing is Andrew going to stop him?
Andrew's done what we were talking about with the Demon Prince.
Yep.
He might be able to stop in one turn, but I think if Andrew plays this as aggressively as he should, he will have the whole board taken over by the end of the game. How that's exactly going to affect the scores?
He's gone.
And the Void Dragon just went.
Yep, alright.
So that's it there. I'm going to go grab the scores from last turn for both players, ladies and
Not the
gentlemen.
greatest
I'll be right back
matchup,
with
like,
you. Let's hear from Andrew as he goes through his psychic phase. Thank you so much for
Well,
hanging
there
out
was
with
either
us.
that,
It's a pleasure
we were hoping to
bring
get
you
me
this
against
coverage
tonight's
with
player.
myself, Scotty D49, and Dale from the Down
Can't
Under
win
40k group.
Because that Void Dragon would have had a field day with the armor just.
All right, so I just took a command point away. They're going to do an extra power. They're going to do Cult of Time power.
Yep.
That was a natural 9+. So I can get 2 guys back for a CP.
Nice.
So we're down to 3 CP. All right. Where should I put them? I like that.
Yeah.
I could charge it, but I don't know if I want to. Let's just stay back and shoot. That's fine. Yeah, just stay back and shoot. Yeah, that's objective. Alright. More psychic. Airman's gonna do +1 to hit
Yep.
on the 4-man squad.
Absolutely.
Goes
Gets it off.
He's gonna do -1 to hit on.
Araman ignores perils, doesn't he? He just outright ignores them now, doesn't
Nah,
he?
he just gets to re-roll now. -1 hit on that squad too, because I think one
Yep.
of them's yeah, they're out of that thing. All right, so 6 turns into a 7 because
I
+1 hit.
think that's a good.
So yeah, that's good. It goes up on a 6.
Yep.
And Presage. And he's gonna do. Oh, we could do Warp Time actually. Nah.
Speedy speed, go, go. Love the Contemptor, dude. It looks sick.
Oh, thanks, man.
Especially with the blades too, that shading.
All right, he can't do anything.
With his 3rd power.
I don't feel like moving things twice. So 14 cabal points. That's about it. These guys here will do the thing to get me
More command points?
CP, yep. So
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, I've just updated the points for you for the bottom of turn 2. Andrew is thoroughly in control at 42 points to 9. Kyle really needs to start holding those primaries to really start at least scoring some points for his team here. Dale's gone for a bit of a walk to see how the rest of the games are going and yeah, bring you how they're looking so that we can give you the full look of the entire look of the two teams.
And Gaze of Hate. 9. Yeah, I think I've got this one. How'd you go? Oh yeah. Nice, man. All right, so yeah, that's a 9+. It's unmodified, so I can do an extra power.
Okay.
All right, so Gaze of Hate goes off, and I can do an extra power. So three dice, 4 ups, 2 mortals. So 2 mortals. And now he's going to do Smite. Now he's dead.
And that's the end of my command protocols.
Oh yeah.
Because you can only have them if you've got a noble on the field. He's the only noble. So once he's gone, that's it.
All right. So I did mutate, right? Mutated there.
Yeah, you mutated that.
So I've done these 3.
Yep.
All right. No worries.
So we've just heard Andrew confirm that he's mutated each of the objectives on his side of the board and the middle one. So he has to get into his opponent's side of the field to be able to score those points now. And we heard that the Overlord's been killed by shooting, as we can see. Dale, you just went for a bit of a walk to see what the other game
I'll
states
give it 5 guys.
Oh,
that can
the
go
boys.
for it.
All right, I'll explain to everyone about the game state. Well, you go fix this. Give him a smack.
in front.
Tell him to be a bit more careful.
I shall.
Righto, gang. I've just done a little lap for the rest of the teams. and I found the Guard versus Knights matchup, and Knights have just run over the top of them. It's the list with a lot of small Knights, and it has just done an absolute number on the Guard. Now, the Sisters versus Death Guard matchup is looking very interesting. The Death Guard have taken over the middle of the board. Back over to Marines versus Marines. It looks,
T-shirts.
Jeff's doing well over there, so that's Black
they're gone.
Templars looking
haven't made a
pretty
single
good.
6-up save.
Position over
that's whole squad. There's only 8 of them.
Marines. And then the last matchup was Necrons versus Chaos, and the Necrons still got big board position. So that means the veterans of the long neck are looking good on the Thousand Suns table, the Marine table, and the alright. I think the long necks are looking good in 4 out of 5 tables.
Control 1 objective.
Whether the points actually reflect that, we will find out a bit later. But just looking at the game state, the board, when I just have a glance, long necks are looking good.
10-4, got nothing to do with the command phase. 7-1.
But
Vibrant.
yeah, plastic blasphemy. The veterans of the long neck team 1 are doing well. Can you let us know?
It inevitably happens.
They've got Team 1 and Team 2 plastic blasphemy.
Might
Is
as
that
well.
does one mean they
No,
think
bit
it's a
of
stronger team, or is that just how it played out?
Good idea.
Righto, Scotty's back. It's looking pretty
It's
good enough.
Yeah, I'll adjust a little bit.
Oh, he's going again. Scotty, only perfection from Scotty. Righto. I see we got
know what,
a
bugger.
fair few
go this way.
listeners in the chat. Who's everyone's favourite for the whole tournament?
Towards the end of move, Harbinger of Destruction from the Plasmancer. It looks like it'll go into the Ruthless unit for being closer.
So I used to go the other way.
So on 4s,
Difference is closer.
I think I might have to be physically close for it.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Scotty. Ooh, that's pretty good. We'll make do with that, Scotty.
Closest, so it would be the Demon Prince then. So on 4 pluses, he takes mortal wounds. It takes 1 mortal wound.
At least. We can see what's going on. There's not enough models left, is there? People to worry too much.
There's a lot happening on the board. You can see now that Andrew's definitely advancing. Oh, he's cleared up that backfield.
It looks like a character is
Technomancer.
Yeah.
Which is very smart placement. But yeah, how many other tables have been?
Oh, I just explained to the chat. I think,
That's really it.
just looking at board
The
state,
end
I
of the
think
movement
veterans
phase,
and long
so
neck
shooting.
have all got one table under control.
Really?
It's
Mortals?
the Sisters versus Death Guard matchup where the Death Guard have took the middle of the board.
They are
looking good.
all
I
going
think they're going to
to
be hard
fire.
to shift.
Yep.
But the rest,
They're all going to fire into
the
them.
veterans of the long neck are looking real good. And I found the Knights versus Guard matchup.
Yep.
The Knights have just run over the whole
One
board.
of them
Wow,
in range.
okay.
Rapid fire, 2 of them are.
That's huge.
So I think they're looking good.
They'll do them simply
yeah.
because
Hopefully
their
this
AP
doesn't
is
come
gonna
back
be
to bite me. If it does, chat, you can call me out. But
Just clip it
hitting
and
on
ship it,
3s.
chat. That's what I
Exactly.
like to say. Clip it and ship
3
it.
hits. Winning on 3s.
And I was actually just asking
3 at minus 3.
Plastic Blasphemy in the chat because they've got 2 veterans of the long necks teams.
Yep.
And the name 1 and 2, I asked is one their A team and their B team, and he said no, it's just how the boys split due to codexes. So they've had 10 blokes and they've just they've obviously picked what they wanted to play and then
Just divvied it up from
they
there.
made it work.
3 in the back.
Brilliant.
1 hits. He wounds.
Same thing, next 3.
No, that's neg 2 now because he's doing half.
2 up. Actually, it had. Oh, they're in cover 2. Never mind. Yeah, good.
Other unit of Immortals, they're going to try and fire their shots into the Hellbrute. I'm going to pay 1 for Talent for Annihilation just to try and get something.
Yep.
Try and fish for it. Doubt they're in rapid fire range. Just double check. Oops. Yeah, none of them are in rapid fire. So just 5 shots from them.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. All hit. 5s to wound though, strength 5.
Yep.
No mortal wounds, but we do have a wound at -2.
-2, so -1, so 4 up. Goes through.
1 damage.
Alright, so down to 4.
Plasmancer. He will fire his lance into the Hellbrute. And then he's going to fire his gauntlet into the rubrics.
Yep.
So
That's really interesting that he's
plasmic
using the
lance.
gauntlet into the rubrics.
Assault D3 for 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. Both hit. Strength 7 against toughness 7. Yeah. So force to wound. 1 wound at 18 minus 3. Yes, AB minus 3.
Alright, pop up. Loves it.
And the gauntlet.
Gauntlet here being able to do mortals is trying to
So
kill
with the
because there are
gauntlet,
3
each time an
mortals.
attack is made with this weapon, that attack automatically hits. Instead of rolling to wound, I roll 1d6 for each model in the target unit, and on a 6 they take a mortal wound.
So he's trying to get 2 6s here to kill a model, or at least
Nothing.
1.
He does
And he
nothing.
whiffs. So
That's going to be the end of my shooting.
That's
Yeah, we're going to do
that's
something
really
stupid.
rough.
We're going to go for the 9 inch into the rubric.
He's gonna have some laughs now.
Let's do it.
We're
Come on,
gonna see
baby.
the Plasmancer going into the Hellbrute.
well, that
Put out the
yeah,
oven.
he hasn't done well with
That's
his
all
9
right.
inches charges
No,
today.
he
Oh,
really
yeah, that's
hasn't,
that's the end of my
unfortunately.
turn, and possibly the end of me.
Well, we can see Cole's having some fun while he's
Yes.
getting a little
Yeah,
bit
well,
touched
man,
up.
it absolutely
Yep.
did. You did amazing.
Been
very
taught a
well.
little bit of a lesson.
Man, psychic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
on
mean-
psychic phase is brutal.
I mean, I honestly reckon
Unfortunately, at my club, we've only
his
got
secondary
1,000 Suns
choices
player, but
may
he has
have
the
put him in a
worst
bad
luck with
spot.
psychic
I think so.
powers. He just
because that
heralds
just meant
everywhere.
that Andrew was able to go,
Like,
right, that's
dude.
what you're trying to score. I'll just hold back for 2-3 turns and deny
And then
you
after
6
that, it's-
points every turn.
I think
Worst I've seen him do, he had
the way I was
Magnus.
talking to the captain of Omnix, Jeff,
I think
he
this
wanted
was
this matchup.
before
I think this was
they had the
always going to
codex.
be really hard for the
He rolled for
Necrons.
something, didn't get it. He
In
rolled
hindsight,
I think he
the
rolled like a
Necrons
double
always
1
gonna lose
Herald.
this, but maybe,
And he's like, oh, no,
like
I'm
you
gonna
said,
reroll
they
that.
should have,
Rerolls
should have
into a
been
double
defensive
6.
and
Ends up
gone
killing
for more
himself
points.
for
I
it.
think Andrew's going to like roll
he got
in
the
by
power
end of
on,
this
but he
game.
killed himself in the process.
And maybe there was I don't think there was ever plays unless Andrew misplayed. I don't think Kyle had a chance of winning, but I think Kyle had a chance of like having more left at the end of the game, maybe a few more points.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Those two
I mean,
units,
if
they-
this
they'll
wasn't a
absolutely get
favourable matchup for Kyle, to be honest, I'm going to put him in. I'm going to put myself in.
That'll be
the
another
shoes.
12 too for your primary.
I actually would have done. I just would have played line of sight shenanigans.
Yep.
I would have forced him to come to me if he wanted to do anything, and I would have sat and scored points. I wouldn't have cared if I lost the game, but because it's in a teams format and it may have been a yellow or it may have been a red for the Necrons against the Thousand Suns, what I would have honestly done is just try and score as much on primary. I would have tried and controlled the 2 quarters on my side of the field and just hold him out. So that's 4 points on Purge the Vermin every time.
Hopefully I can get to
The
that
Ball
point
of
of
Witch is still a
painting
good choice, but it's a bit of a trap now because of Armour of Contempt. I probably would have gone something like Retrieve Nakmandata, used the Veil to get around to do one of them, sacrificing one of the Immortals units to do that, and then also, sure, it would have sacrificed the Overlord, but to score points, that's important. And then maybe outflanked with another Immortal unit, and really just held back and really played conservatively, I think, because of the amount of firepower the Terminator blocks
Might as well.
can do. By being able to play that conservative manner,
I don't really have a
it's
lot
not
to
as fun,
withstand
as much fun of a
anything.
game, but it's very tactically minded, and you can see how that would have played a lot differently.
Yeah, I think the point is with you've just
You'll
laid out,
finish
Scotty,
this
is
round, I'm pretty
that
sure.
would have tried to have
You're
avoided
psychic
what's
half
happening
of
right
the
before
board
our
that
eyes,
shoots their ass.
which is a Demon Prince in deep, and then like we're literally just collapsing down both flanks now.
Yeah.
And you would have either tried to delay that until super late or like stopped it altogether just by playing that a little bit more defensive.
Yep, I would have actually split the Satan.
Yep.
Because then he would have had to have split his focus.
Yep.
By putting the 2 Satan together, it meant both Terminators bang. Like against something where the big bricks are going to be able to do that much damage, you need to split them up, because together they're going to be able to buff each other with psychic powers. Whichever one needs it more, the characters are going to be able to buff them, whichever one needs it, rather than being like, oh crap, I've actually got to split them. And if he doesn't split them, sure, you're going to lose one flank, but at the same time, it's like, well, you then get to respond. It's very much a thing of, you've got to play a line of sight game, and you've got to play the objective game. And I think in this one, unfortunately, Kyle just... his objectives, his secondaries, apart from Abhor the Witch, have probably let him down here.
He mentioned that a little bit earlier too, but it's all just a learning process.
Oh,
as well.
100%. And keep in mind that playing 40k in a teams event is vastly different to playing 40k in a singles. And I think it's I'm not sure the history of some of these guys. Some of them may have played teams tournaments before, some of them may have not. And so to be playing, in a teams tournament for the first time and not know the dynamic of that or what your captain may expect of you is a learning curve, and some players will take a couple of rounds to get that, and that's okay. This is a vastly different format of 40k compared to singles.
And in fairness, even in the team context, I don't even think a win for Cole is going to get the team through at this stage. So yeah, it's in the end, it's not a big issue.
Yeah, it's just how can at the end of the day, how can we learn from this game for our own games and as well for our own team events if we go to them, and that's just something I'm always conscious of is I want to be able to share knowledge and be able to help people learn at the end of the day. So yeah.
I think, and the thing is, I've been learning.
I wish I had a 7-win
specifically
so that'd be
about
amazing.
watching Andrew and his movement shenanigans and his psychic shenanigans have been great in this game. All the little
maybe Necrons will get a Mark II codex. We'll get a bit more love.
Cycling himself out of combat to then charge. It's been great to watch.
It has been. It's been great to see Andrew really pilot Thousand Suns really well and take minimal trades in response.
And in saying that, we were talking about it maybe being over at the middle of 2, and Kyle's aggressiveness gave us that extra round of fun. Getting those guys in the backfield, that was some good stuff. Yeah, and I was actually very impressed with how much damage they did do to the rubrics, because the rubrics are not easy to move.
No, they definitely are. 100% they are.
Oh, does it go up per one you've
Yeah, let's see what's happening in terms of Psychic Phase with what Andrew's doing, and we'll come back and we'll add some more thoughts later on.
You've rolled a 4 for every time you've done a mutate so fast. Oh well, you still got one more round to do it anyway.
Yeah. Alright, we're going to do... That's it. Psychic. These guys here with Smite.
Yep. It will go into the Plasmancer.
Alright, that goes off.
Goes
D3.
off.
Just one.
Just one. He's down to 3.
This guy here will Smite.
Yep.
Goes off.
Yep.
And just for 2.
Just 2.
And he's going to Diabolic Strength himself for extra attack and 2 strength, which does not go off.
I think Diabolical's a 6.
Swap by the work. 6, yeah, so that doesn't go off.
No.
Alright.
I don't think he needs it.
I don't think, yeah. Alright, that should do that. Shooting.
Yep.
Halberd will shoot his multi-melter at this guy.
Yep.
So we got 2 shots. 1 hit.
Toughness 4.
No.
Oh, he didn't wound.
These Terminators here, if they got range.
No, he should be.
Alright. These Terminators here will shoot here for whoever can see.
Yep, you got about 3 of them that look like they can see.
Alright, 3. 1 Soul Reaper.
Alright. Yep, -1 for the smook.
Yep. So hitting on 3s. This is the Soul Reaper.
Yep. Oof. Unfortunately, Aramon's not close
near
enough.
So 2 hits.
T5.
T5, so 3s. So 1 at neg 3.
1 at neg 3. 6 up, go for the pink mist. Nah. We
Alright,
drop
we
down.
got the Hellfire Missile Rack.
Yep.
One hit, and Strength 8. One at neg 2.
One at neg 2, 5 up. Nope.
Another dead guy. Then we got 8 Army Bolter Shots.
3's to hit.
3's to hit, yep. So we got
And
6.
5's to wound.
So we got
Nothing.
nothing. Alright,
That's them done shooting at that unit.
correct.
Right. Reanimation Protocols, 5 ups.
Yep.
None of them get back up. I think they've had enough.
Alright, this squad here, oh, I did that. This squad here can't shoot anyone. Alright,
I think you've got one guy who can target the Technomancer.
we'll just go for the charge. Alright, so I think that's it. Charge phase.
You should have a couple to shoot the Technomancer, but it's up to you.
This guy here can shoot tech myth. Yeah. Alright,
Yeah.
this guy multi-melter. I forgot to move him too. Alright, 2 shots from the multi-melter.
Yep. One hit.
Any reroll? I think this guy here.
6 inches?
Yeah.
Yep, he's in.
Alright, so we had a reroll. 2 hits.
2 hits.
Yeah, 2 hits.
2s.
2. Alright, 2 at your input. No input?
I don't have inbounds, I don't think.
They've just gone straight. Yeah, the Plasmancer just got nuked by the multi-melter.
Alright, so we'll charge the Demon Prince.
Demon Prince going into the
that's
there. Really,
Absolutely.
Kyle does not have much left at this point. Now as we can see that placement, which is very smart, which means that because of the fly keyword, he can move over that unit to be able to then attack instead of moving around, and then use the consolidate to tag the other Immortal squad.
Great play from Andrew.
And then the other Terminator's going into the Technomancer that's down to 3 wounds.
Yep.
So effectively, this is the turn where Andrew's
Mopping up.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, Andrew's cleaning house at this point.
Now, the only benefit I've got here is that the first attack that goes through against that Technomancer ignores the damage.
Actually,
Then he gets piled
are we
on by
going to
the
get
rest.
players on the chat?
We can, yeah. If
you're
they're keen to, we
Hellbrood-
can
oh, no, you
definitely
killed the
do
Blades,
that.
man.
Bring Andrew over, bring Kyle over, have a bit of a chat.
Swing away.
Great. I'm keen to hear how pumped Andrew is for these all these new balance updates for his list, because it's obviously done well in this matchup.
Yeah, for sure.
He's going to feel confident into a lot of matchups because of that.
Yeah, we'll definitely see if we can pull them over if they're up for that, and have a bit of a chat with them. We can kind of, I'm happy for you to chat with Andrew, and I can chat with Kyle.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's a great. That'll work really well, mate.
Yeah, so we can bring that to you guys as well. Let's see how these combats go though.
Yep, 5 up armor. So the first one, it will fail. He'll ignore the damage.
Yep.
And then the second one kills him.
Yes. Alright.
Here goes Pop.
Alright, Demon Prince. We've got. Just checking out. Alright, 5 attacks from the Demon
Yep.
Prince. And then he gets a
Hitting on
attack after
2s.
that. Hitting on 2s.
Yep. Toughness is 5.
Yep, so 3s. So 3 and neg 3.
All right, 6 up, t-shirts. Give me 1. No. They're gone.
Alright, so I'm gonna consolidate.
And as we call it, ladies and gentlemen, using that consolidation with the Demon Prince to get into base-to-base with those Immortals. So they're going to get to strike back. Now, I'm doubtful that the Demon Prince would have the fight again strat.
I don't think so. But
Yeah, I don't think so, but it's not something... Yeah, the Demon Prince is 100% beast mode. Yeah.
Good call, Potty
Which is really interesting that he's only started using it now. He's kept it safe up until this point.
I think what we saw when he did push up, Kyle did have the, like, if you can see by all the wound markers that Andrew has all over the field, Kyle did do some work. But Andrew was so confident that he'd done what he needed to do beforehand. There just wasn't enough punch. So yeah, and I think with the fact, like you said, he is to the last as well. He was always going to play that a little bit more conservatively.
Yeah.
But now he's just like, I'm here for business. Actually, Andrew's done well. He's kept all his
to the last alive. Yeah.
15 points, lock it in.
So yeah, let's see how these guys go from here.
No, you charge me. I've only got that spine on the unit.
No, but I charged you last phase though. In my turn.
Yeah,
So now it's your turn. Oh yeah.
I didn't charge you. So
Oh yeah.
Oh, but I didn't charge. They piled in. They.
doesn't matter, it's my turn.
Okay.
So you pick first.
Is that your last unit there?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh right.
That's literally it.
Okay. So 5 hits and 3s. Just 1. Oh, I get a claw attack as well, actually. Ah. 1 dead and then a claw attack. Hits. Wounds. -2.
5 up. Nope. It's 2 down.
2 down.
Him done attacking.
Yep.
Reanimations for them. 1 guy gets back up.
No. Oh, there you go.
Like 2 brave souls attack back. Yeah, 1 command point too. Which I will do to do something silly. I will increase my strength by 1.
Hey, you got the CP.
3s. Both hit. Winning on 4s. Because strength 6 now.
Yep.
1 wound, no AP.
All right, 3 up. Hey, got him.
I will slowly whittle
down
you
to 5.
down.
All right, my turn.
Feel the pointy end of my bayonet. Yeah.
All right, turn 5.
12.
All right, so I got to.
All right, so they're over to turn 5s. They're just doing it pretty quickly. So I'll get the final scores before we when I go to update. But I will update the turn for you, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it. Your last turn. Oh, I gotta try to attack him.
Right, I'm going to go jump over there and grab the scores and be there ready to go and ask the fellas if they want to come over and have a chat.
Yeah, that'd be great. If anyone in the chat has any questions specifically for the guys, we can ask them.
Yeah, for sure. We can definitely chat about it. So we'll be back with you guys shortly as we have these guys wrap up.
That's it. Game over, man. Game over. Alright, that's it. Thanks, bro. GG, kind of, I guess.
Hey, well, I had fun.
Oh, me too.
Had fun. Got my
Yeah, your fans are brutal.
Yeah, they're brutal.
You got me down to. What do we got?
Righto. That's the game. We just saw the handshake. Snake Oil Services got the important questions in the chat. What conditioner does tow truck use? I guess it's looking pretty luscious, I'll say that. Probably some salon level stuff, I would predict.
Alrighty, so we've got the final points, and the guys did agree to coming over and having a chat.
Right. I'm interested.
So, in terms of points at the bottom of the game for Andrew,
He missed. Would he miss one stranglehold?
he missed
early?
one stranglehold. By looks, he's maxed primary. Because what? That's going to be, if my maths is right, we've got 3 for first turn, 15 for second, 4th and 5th, and then it's 11. He definitely maxed primary at 45. He did mutate 4 times, so that's going to be 12 points there, and 12 points on stranglehold. That means he's only dropped 6 points 84 points out of 90 is huge. Compared to Kyle, who unfortunately
Who's scoring paint this or?
I'm not 100% certain. Both are fully painted, so depends on what the player's pack has said. Now, Kyle did end up scoring 14 on primary and 1 a bore, which means he got 16.
Wow.
So that is actually a massive swing.
Is that a 0-20 in the team scores?
I will have a look in terms of that, but that is what? If I do a bit of quick math here, that's a 68-point difference.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll go find out and see what points that is on the differential.
We've got some more great questions here from Missing Colour. What list exercises were they doing in prep for this rolling? Well, it's a bit of a cheeky one there, I think, but there is an art to it. That's for sure. Well, I think the player mics are off, so I might just keep dribbling on. That's it for round 1. We're going to get the players on to have a chat, but round 1 is done for the stream table anyways. I can see there's still a lot of players playing. I'll be very interested to see who comes to the top of the pile after this round. Scotty's coming back now, he's got some...
I can confirm, ladies and gentlemen, that it is a 20-0 to Andrew.
Yep.
So that's huge. That is huge. So we'll pay out the prediction to those of you who did.
It was, there was some good chat early on, wasn't there?
Yep, some good banter. It was 100% Polygon. 100%. So we'll get the gentlemen over. I think they're still going through with the rest of their team. But as we wait for the players, what are your thoughts?
Went how the chat predicted.
Yep.
Maybe went how we predicted. I think the big one was Cole lost didn't trade the Satan quite good enough. Like we commented, I don't think he was really in a position to actually win the game without mistakes from Andrew.
Yep.
But I think it was a great way to start off the tournament, mate.
Yep, it was great. That mo was beautiful from by 11 for you. The cheeky mo. We'll definitely be asking a Missing Colour. 100% we'll be asking. Let me move this window over so it's a bit more centered so we can actually look at chat and see you guys as well. Necron's still hurting the conk list. Still a cooler. Oh, both armies were beautifully painted. Absolutely beautiful. So I reckon we might get Kyle to jump on over and have a bit of a chat.
Out of the way.
We'll and Dale, if you would like to go around to the other teams and see what the results are if they've got them.
Yep.
I'll let you take that with you. So, and just the differential score
Okay. Or the other players?
of the other games, yeah, and which teams get which. Kyle, have a seat, mate. How was a brutal game?
Yes, Thousand Suns hurt.
Yeah.
The Psychic Powers were just devastating.
Yeah, and they're the only thing that negate reanimation protocols.
Yeah, and unfortunately when you play something like the Thousand Suns in 9th edition, you got no answer for it. Even if you play something like Dynasty where you can get the possibility of denying the rolls, it's not going to help you because you get one, that's it.
100%.
And unfortunately with having Catan shards, it's great having only the 3 wounds per phase, but any psychic army will just roll you over.
Yep, that's what something we said is the fact that Thousand Suns can do wounds in 3 phases of the game where damage is possible is massive.
It definitely definitely absolutely rips the whole deck. It's not the greatest matchup for me, unfortunately, but play what you're given.
Yeah.
And it was still it's still a good match. Like, probably the biggest surprise for me was those 2 Soul Reapers absolutely destroying my Necron Warriors.
Yeah, that
20
was
Warriors
big.
and just gone. I was like, all right, sure.
Yeah, we got Shazza Killer in chat. Armadale represent Rough Game 1.
Yeah. I have to ask who that is.
Yeah, oh dude, your army's painted beautifully though. Props to ya. I guess, what are your thoughts on your secondaries? Because I know you said during the game that they maybe weren't the best choice. If you were to go back and pick them again, what do you think you would have picked?
I definitely would have swapped out Teleport Homers for probably Purge the Vermin.
Yep.
To the Necron specific, because at least that way, especially with elite armies like Thousand Suns, the more he's not in quarters, the more points I'm still scoring, even if I'm not there. So that probably would have been a definite better. I'm not sure. It was really difficult to pick sort of another secondary with his kind of army. He was low on characters. He didn't really have the vehicles to go for anything, and unfortunately, my army's not that real great for sitting on objectives too much. Other than the 20 Necron Warrior block, I just really didn't have the real sitting power for them. That's probably the only one I would have changed. Behind enemy lines, I probably still would have kept.
Okay.
But as we saw, he pretty much did very well. He covered his entire deployment zone and just made it super difficult for me to find that gap.
Because you did teleport those Lich Guard with the Overlord there as well.
Which luckily I got the charge off there. Did a bit of chunk of damage, and unfortunately when I did teleport them in, it was more of a case of I just need to get something in here. I need to try and knock something down to Pikachu. And they did a good job. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. But
So, Polydog in chat has asked, did you think about concentrating fire on high value or high threat units versus a scattergun strategy of just trying to target a couple of different units at a time and just try and chip away at stuff?
Kind of a bit of both. Biggest problem, especially now with the new balanced data slate, Space Marines are tanky. And something like Thousand Suns, they get extra armor if it's damage 1, which most Necron main weaponry is. Really hurts, and then they just negate that damage. Even as a Mephrit Dynasty getting the extra AP for being within half range, it still doesn't get enough. So really it was more of a case for me of I kind of need to pick my targets and try and get the damage where I could and mitigate it down a little bit. I could have probably done better focusing my fire. Definitely could have done better in the placement of my deployment. But you make mistakes and you learn from them. Next game should be different. I'll definitely have a different thought strategy for where to put them. And unfortunately with Catan Shards, they're very hit and miss. Great at hitting, can negate invulns, armors, and that. Damage output is just so random. It can be anywhere between 1 damage or 36, depending on how you roll.
That's what we were saying. Like that, I think Dale even commented saying that really their close combat attacks now, with the way that games have gone to being like D6 plus 2 for Melter or D3 plus 3, like I really think their attack should be D3 plus 3, which would help mitigate that factor.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate for Necrons being one of the first codexes that came out alongside Space Marines. Everybody else has kind of had that codex creep where their heavy weapons are getting to that D3. So hopefully in the future, we might see a Mark II of Necrons and Space Marines. Space Marines I don't really think need it now, but Necrons kind of need that boost. I wouldn't mind having like Doomsday Arcs that do that guaranteed damage plus the extra, and the same with the Catan Shards, because like one game I could face the Nightbringer up against Voltari and absolutely wipe the floor with him. Next game I lose to 10 cultists because I just can't kill them all.
For sure. Juno Stars, how'd you feel about the team putting you into Thousand Suns, which was arguably one of the Cron's worst matchups? Well, I will note as well that you were I don't think you were put forward.
No, I don't think I was. I think that was just unlucky matchup. Unfortunately. And for the team wise, I think they really wanted me to go up against the Knights player for the other team, because the Void Dragon would have just had a field day with all the armigers. But this is my first ever teams tournament ever, so I'm still getting the feel and used to it.
For sure. That was something else that I was saying, that teams formats in Australia are quite reasonably new in terms of outside of the Australian Teams Championships. It's becoming more and more of a thing, and so to be able to come to these kind of events and be able to get this kind of experience, and for you to say that this is your first teams event, it's definitely a different dynamic learning how to play.
Yeah, it's very interesting to play, but like as I've been talking with some of the guys on the team, it's just a very interesting aspect because you're not always guaranteed to go up against teams that are just going to be full Harlequins or full Tower.
Yeah.
There is a chance that you will face a good matchup against your army, but then like today, my first match, I got a very terrible matchup. But you know, I'm more here for the fun of it. I'm not here to win sheep sheds, and I'm very honoured that the guys, the Mighty Might Bullfrogs, invited me to come down and play with them. So.
Yep, no, absolutely awesome. Well, Carl, thank you so much for sitting down. Thanks for being on stream.
Happy to be
here. Great to have you. And I'm going to pass it off to Dale, who's just grabbing Andrew to come and have a chat about how things went during their game for you guys.
Righto. Let's go. Firstly, mate, congratulations.
Thank you. That was fun.
It was. It was good to commentate too. It was looking pretty. Well, let's just start with the matchup itself. How did you feel going in? Did you do your red, yellow, greens and all that?
It was a green.
It was a green. It was a green.
As soon as I saw the 20-man group of warriors, I just thought soul reap.
Yeah.
20 shots from 2 guys.
Yep.
Hitting on 2s, winning on 3s. You take out I probably kill a 30-man bubble warriors in one activation, which is what you're at.
I talked to Jeff and he said that's who they want to get you into, so it's good. So how is a lot of the conversation has been about how the new balance sheet has been affecting how you guys play. Are you feeling really good about the army right now?
Yeah, like probably almost every shot he had. I mean, you're thinking, oh, Armour of Contempt, all right. I don't even need my evil anymore. Take it away. I don't need it. I was like, oh, he's got -4. I get a 5 up invul. Oh wait, I got 5 up armor as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Well, it was good. And that didn't even come into play when he sent in the Katans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's good stuff. So we had a bit of I think we had one specific question for you is what type of shampoo do you use for those locks, mate?
It's a bit of salt water.
It is salt water.
Just fresh water from the tap.
All natural. There you go, Chad.
It's combo.
So is this your first team's event? Or?
Yeah, first
it is.
team.
How are you feeling about the dynamic of just playing teams?
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I like it. It's just an extra thing. Play for your team.
Yep.
Chad came out 3-4. How you going? I'm like, yeah, I'm going well. I was like, yes, I'm going well. Doing it for the team.
That's really good. So when we saw the game play out, you pushed those Katana, and then you had the Terminator bricks there, you had everything there.
They're ready.
Were you happy with your response? Because like we thought you might have even done both of them in one turn, but then you kind of whiffed them. Or I think you made a lot of saves in the combat. Were you actually worried then, or you just thought, oh, it's only going to take a little bit longer until my plan works?
I thought he was going to wipe out the front man scared unit. So okay, that's to the last one. I thought he was going to wipe it, but he didn't.
Yep.
But I whiffed against him, so it was a bit of a combo there. I didn't think he was going to kill me with the Catan. I thought I'll probably have 1 or 2 left. Then I could dark Mana Crystal them somewhere else to his backfield maybe.
Yep.
So, yeah, I thought it was going to work out all the time.
Yeah. So one of the things we noticed was you were doing a lot of shenanigans and moving in the psychic phase, killing him in the psychic phase and then charging. How much of, because you've been the T-Suns player for like ever.
2-3 years.
Yeah. How much of that, even with the Soul Reaper cannon thing, how much of it was you just going through the motions because like that's just you've got it under control?
It is going through the motions. Like that time flux where you bring back a model. I think everyone does it with off the carries and stuff. And you get that extra 2-inch movement. Plus you get the size of your base. So you're getting a lot of extra movement on very slow units. Plus you got your warp time. So your 5-inch movement scarabs suddenly become pretty movable, and they can get around the board a lot quicker. So you actually kind of have to do it. So yeah, it is part of the motion, so I have to do it every turn if I can. So I don't care if scarabs die. That lets me move for it.
Yep. That's it. Carl in the chat, Snake Oil Services, wants to know if you're going for a celebratory beer at lunch at the Whistler.
100% going for a beer. Maybe sour? I feel like a sour.
Lovely. Yeah, we'll come up with I think Scotty's doing some roundabouts, seeing what's going on with everyone else. So I was talking to Jeff. You got the 20-0. There was a few more 20-0s in your team. So you've got the win. Looking good.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's it. I hope I'm not telling lies. But there's 2 of your long next teams. I was asking a bit before in the chat whether we got an A team or a B team.
Maybe it's reverse.
Yeah, well, You got it over them or what?
Let's see, who do they got? They got Orcs. Yeah, I can be on it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Lovely. So let's get a prediction for the rest of the tournament. As a team? 4-1? Going all the way?
We'll go 3-2.
You go 3-2?
Yeah. 3-2. Safe, because then you don't get your hopes up. If we get 4-1, then I can be super happy. If I get a 3-2, I'll be happy.
Lovely. And how do you feel with the army going forward? Is there many matchups when you did your green, yellow, reds? Favourable in general, or?
Yeah, if it's close combat, it's a red, basically. Dark Eldar.
Okay, yep.
Anything that moves quick and gets in my grill, I basically die too quick. If I converse against a shooting army, then I think I have a green, basically. Even Tau, I have a good chance against Tau.
Yeah. Was it a lot of Tau, so that's good.
If I can hold back like second defensive secondaries, then I think I have a good chance.
Were you happy with your secondaries you picked?
Yeah. What'd I take? Mutate,
Domination,
Stranglehold. Yeah, I was happy with those. I think I did good on those.
Yeah, it was good. It was we were very interested because we thought you might take to the last, and then when you did, we were like very intrigued about how aggressively you were going to play the Terminators, and you kind of did one and then the other, and then even the Demon Prince come out late to have some fun.
He gets up when he dies,
yeah.
So he can literally go out turn 4 and 5 pretty safe. So you can go on little missions at the end. Usually he stays alive. Yeah. Right, the 2 Terminators, he could have killed them.
Yeah.
Definitely could have killed them. But, yeah.
What did you think when he veiled into the back of your field?
That's what I was waiting for.
You were ready for it?
That's why I kept my Dreadnoughts in the back. Usually I send my Dreadnoughts up to be basically distraction carnifexes. I don't care if they die. They don't give up a puller. They don't give up any secondary points. So I just send them up and distract a little bit and give my Termies some space. But I thought my Termies were more important to do damage in this one. I need those quality shots, so I left them back to screen out the back and close combat if we jump back there. That's great.
Well, congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
You did a great job. Good luck for the rest of the tournament. And are they doing best payment or not? You might be in the run for that as well.
There's a Space Wolf army here.
Oh yeah.
Looking pretty hot.
That's great.
And Jeff.
Oh, always Jeff.
Oh, everyone in the veterans are on that.
Yeah. Do you want to touch on that about because in the local community, you, Jeff, a lot of the Longnecks are really known for the hobby side of it. How important to that is to you guys?
Yeah, really important. I don't want to play a model that's not fully painted.
Yep.
It's immersion. That's basically 9% of it is painted. Popping, reading the books. This is probably 10% of it. I'd say for me, personally.
Yeah.
That's all I like. So I make sure I have good painted armies.
I think it's a big deal, and the fact that I think it's getting bigger and bigger in the Maitland community for that to be a big thing. Especially when we ran the Medawi GT, we had Renman. We gave that equal cross support as first. Yeah, that's what you're going to build up. You're going to build up all aspects. You're going to build up the painting, the playing, and the sportsmanship. So you guys, the Longnecks leading the way with that, it's a big deal.
Renman's the best award because sometimes you get a really good painter, you'll kind of win painting every time. But the Renman is a combination. So if you're good painted, you're not going to win every game. So I feel like everyone's got a chance.
Yep.
Even if you're like a mediocre painter or a mediocre gamer, if you're really good at one thing, you just go really good one tournament, you can get an award, the best award.
No, I think so too. All right, mate. I'll give you another handshake. Congratulations again. And hooroo, everyone. Righto. Well, Scotty's off running around like a headless chook, but I'll keep it going for a little bit. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they ran away with it. I think they got 3 20-0s. So, big results there. I think the only game that's going to be maybe go to the other boys will be the Death Guard versus Sisters. So, good for Death Guard as well. They're going to be a lot harder to move moving forward. What's going on in the chat, guys? Yeah, round 1, as Cal said, a little bit to go. I think the scores will be coming in soon. Yeah, Potty Dog, I think Death Guard are looking good, or they were looking good. They're in the middle of the board, which is important, and the Sisters don't seem to be moving them very fast. We'll update you at the end score. Yeah, go with the boys. Who are you going for, Potty Dog? Is that your team, the other one? Dale Wyman, Sam Lemon. What's going on? Shout out to Joel Games, the ACT crew, all that shenanigans, and we got Scotty back.
Alrighty, so how do we end up with the teams? Game by game, what are we looking at? So the Imperial Knights Ashram Elatara was a 20-0.
Yep.
Crons versus CSM.
So, looking good for I haven't got a score yet, but that's
Okay.
looking good for Crons.
Okay.
So I'd say leaning that way.
We know Thousand Suns versus Crons is a 20-0.
Yep. And we got another 20 zip in there.
Death Guard versus Sisters.
No.
Still going.
That's still going.
Templars Ultras.
Yeah, Templars got it. So
Templars.
that's just 3 wins the long next needed to win.
Right, so if I get, so we've got, need this here, so it's literally Templars versus Ultras. Anyway, that's 20-0. We still got the Sisters going.
Yeah.
Potty Dog, yeah, for sure. Ben Way with Beyond Battle ready. Art of War said Death Guard, 1 of 4 factions in the bottom tiers. Interesting.
I think in teams they got more play.
I do think so.
But yes, they're still struggling a bit. Didn't Art of War just exactly. So I'm not going to argue with them.
Yeah, 100% no. Like they know their stuff. So if Nick and the crew are saying no, they're in the lower sections, then that's cool. So Veterans of the London X, they've got 60 points so far.
And as Juna said, Art of War hugely values speed in their rankings, so that's something Death Guard don't have. That's true.
Yeah.
But like we said, just getting points in teams is a big thing. So
yeah,
Death Guard don't actually need to go get all the wins, go push forward and get the points in teams. They can still perform a role.
Yeah, 100%. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to wrap up round 1 here. We'll leave the stream going, so you chuck it up in your browser, have it in the back. We'll have, I believe, round 2 starts at around 1 o'clock.
That's generally the gist. If
1 or 1:30, somewhere around there, because we're going right proper late today, ladies and gentlemen. I
think
believe
they're running late anyway, so
yeah.
who knows. We can post on some socials.
Yeah,
when the
we'll
round
have a
is.
timer up as well
Even
to let
better.
you guys know when we'll be back. But, you know, I reckon let's wait until we get these other 2 games in, because they've still got not much longer. They've got about 15 minutes. So, I guess, because I wasn't listening to what Andrew was talking about, what was kind of the gist of his thoughts of the game?
He was when how he thought it would.
Yep.
Basically,
That's fair.
I asked him when the Catan war didn't die that turn that we thought they might, and he said, "No, I wasn't worried about it."
Yeah.
It was basically I asked him about what he scored the matchup. He said it was a green.
Yeah.
Jeff got him blue. It kind of just went how we wanted. So
Yeah.
I think that's it. Do you know if the other teams have started getting these scores in, like as teams, everyone else?
I'm not 100% certain.
I'll have a look on BCP.
Yeah.
Maybe you should, since you're actually subscribed. They might lock me out.
Oh gosh.
But yeah, so how about Kyle and his Necrons? He seemed to be very aware of where they stand at in the meta, and they just need, like I heard him talking a little bit about, they need that extra little bump in the codex.
Yeah.
The point number 2 codex of 9th edition kinda.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like, I don't know. We see a lot of balance changes happen so regularly now, and it's something that never used to happen. Like, it didn't happen throughout 8th edition. Yeah, we were getting FAQs every 2 months, but to have an actual balance update in the game every 3 months is massive. It's a massive improvement as well. So yeah.
It's definitely, I think the only one thing that they're not doing right now is those new codexes are coming out too hot. They need to be dialed back a bit, because like and then we're just in the sweet spot, I think. And it's all a process. Crypt Shadow in the chat. Scotty!
Crypt Shadow, how you doing, my friend?
All
Welcome
capitals.
in. Great to have you. Yeah, Biolemon is not here. He will be joining us on commentary tomorrow, however, which is going to be awesome.
Oh, sweet.
So yeah, unfortunately Dale's only with us for today.
Maybe I can do some running around and be the third man.
Maybe, if you're able to make it.
I've actually got a million ruins to paint, so I might just be doing the spray painting all tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. But we'll have Biolemon with us, joining us via Discord, which is going to be awesome. We're still waiting on those point scoring for the placements of the other teams. At this point, they haven't entered them as of yet. But yeah, I guess next one is Death and Zeal. I need to wrap up, finishing off the table, but I'll do that during lunch. Really interesting mission. I've played this one a couple of times now, and I like it as a mission. And again, I've pulled up the wrong book. It's sitting on the table because I'm still setting it up. I set out 3 out of the 4 objectives that I needed to. So it's table quarters instead of the angled, whatchamacallit, hammer and anvil.
Yeah, there we go.
And I'm pretty sure it's a score 1, score 2, score more again. It's one of the ones that I really enjoy playing and seeing played, because I think it gives a good game, and particularly the way, like, if we have a look at the table, hole 1, hole 2, hey, Biolemon coming in with the deets for us, my man.
This is the kind of expertise we can expect tomorrow.
100%.
For anyone who doesn't know, Lemon would you end up coming at Adelaide this year, last season, Lemon, because he did, I think he was top 10, and he's the current captain of ACT 12. There you go. Still pretty tasty. So we're gonna have some high level 40k chat coming out of him tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
That's to look forward to.
But yeah, I table quarters is always an interesting one. Some players forget the fact that it's only 18 across. So if they get a fast moving unit into their lines turn 1, oh, it's spicy.
It's very interesting. I know some of the top players like to move straight out and just turn it into a different type of deployment.
Yeah.
So that'll be very interesting to see how that goes.
Sangua saying it's their favourite layout.
There we go.
For deployment.
I like that. What about the matchup? It'd be nice to get two oranges into each other, so they're like, you know what I mean?
And see how that goes for sure. I definitely reckon we can figure something out there. For me, I guess lads loving the coverage. Even at the event, like they're absolutely getting behind it, which is awesome. I guess out of all the teams, if we were to have someone next, who would you like to see? Pick a team.
I would like to see. So the way New South Wales ATC team is split up, they've got a few top players and then they turn into 3 teams.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to see like those 2 teams matched up.
Yeah.
Because then we got some real competition going. We're gonna have like some really good players and a lot of bragging rights going on.
Yeah.
Because we've had it split up. We've got the Brodies, we've got McMillan, we've got Chris, all split up. So that's some very high level players.
Yep.
That'd be great to see. The Bulls obviously would be good to see. How about yourself? What are you thinking?
Next round's going to be a bit random, and I'm probably going to pick from 2 teams that have already lost the first round, so it's more like they're a bit more relaxed and they can have a bit of fun. Long neck team 2, going back-to-back long necks.
Long neck.
It'll be interesting to see. I guess I'd like to see one of the teams that hasn't gone all meta.
Okay, yes, there's stuff. I like that.
There's a couple of different teams, like you look at, say, Brody's Badass Bonanza. Mm-hmm. Their guys have gone Necrons, Grey Knights, Gene Stealer, Cult. 3 factions that aren't necessarily up the top at the moment, with Tyranids and Harlequins.
Okay,
and this is the Tyranids before the new Codex. They aren't allowing Crusher Stampede, but they are allowing Leviathan.
Interesting. I think very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Probably good for the event of the whole the new Tyranids are involved.
Missing Carla would love to see easy dubs. They've got Death Guard, Asher Militarum, Cult of Strife, Drakari, Tau and Deathwing. That's another one. There's some other interesting ones, like we look at, say, Icarus, so the guys from Orange. They've got Imperial Knights, Necrons, Chaos Space Marines, Custos, and Black Templars. So there's no like really massive top tier lists. You can't play competitive and be competitive without chasing the sweet metal high. Unless Benny Way. Oh, people want to see Benny Way with the GSC.
Yeah, that would be a fun game actually.
Another one that's really cool that I would actually like to see is where was it? I was looking through them and I was like, this is an interesting series of lists. Is the Plasma Donors. So, Grey Knights, Goth Orcs, Ashen Militari Acadians, Behemoth Tyranids, and Adeptus Mechanicus.
Wow, that's great. I'm actually loving just everything you're rattling off right now, man.
Like, there's such a variety here in terms of the meta. It is amazing.
I'm so keen. I'm actually surprised. I thought there would have been more Quins, more absolute dicks.
Yeah,
like
more Asurani, so more you know, more Eldar, more Harlequins. But no, people are gone. We're just gonna bring some stuff.
I think they've took this opportunity to bring exactly what they wanted, and let the team's aspect of it, like, just all filter out all the shenanigans, and then just get in and get stuck in with what they want.
100%. Are you dual streaming to YouTube or just on Twitch? I like YouTube for being able to rewind to before I arrived. Sangwa, unfortunately, I'm not due to being a Twitch affiliate. Twitch's terms of service means I'm unable to do so, as it breaches their terms of service. However, I will be posting each of these games as videos on YouTube over the coming weeks with both highlighted versions of the game, so it's all the key moments, as well as the full games themselves. So you can definitely check that out. If you hit !socials in chat, you can get the link to my to all my socials through my link tree, and YouTube is on there as well. We just hit over 100 subs as well, which is phenomenal on the YouTube channel. Super stoked about that. But yeah, well, do you want to duck off for a minute and see if we can get those other two scores? So then I can bring to you guys the full look of what the overall should be. So I'm just going to try and make sure that for some reason a particular camera should be working where I want it to, but it's okay. I've got to adjust some stuff during the break, chat. You'll be seeing myself edit some stuff during the break. Wouldn't be recorded, obviously. I'll just wait for Dale to get back with the updated scores. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the coverage. You know, it's an absolute privilege and honor to be able to bring you guys this content. From memory, I'll just pull up the players pack so I can give you a confirmed time of when the rounds start. Maybe kick the stream, Tony. Polydog, you're hilarious, mate. Absolutely hilarious. Alright, let's have a look at the where is it? I gotta find it somewhere. I've got it saved, I swear. There it is. Oh, and here comes Dale, the man, the myth, the legend. What have we got in terms of the scores?
We've got a 0-20, but it's our first one the other way. So,
ooh, who got the 20?
So Death Guard.
Death Guard got the 20 in the Sisters.
And the Sisters got the 0.
Yeah,
and
interesting.
I've asked Jeff, the captain of the Longnecks, what's going on in the last matchup, which is Necrons and Chaos. And he said he honestly doesn't have a clue, and he doesn't want to interrupt them because they're rushing real fast.
Right.
So, we're all in the dark.
So
it still looked, and it's looking a lot more even. Necrons had a lot more ball control, but Chaos has pushed back a lot. So
yeah.
I'm going to predict a Necron win just because of how the board set looked all game. But I guess we'll see.
So it's already going to be in the hands of.
It's good to see. What's the other team's name?
Mighty Might Bullfrogs.
Mighty Might Bullfrogs. It's good to see them get a win on the back. So.
Yep. To see them at least get one win out of that first round, and with that being the Death Guard, goes to show that Death Guard, much like Thousand Suns, have still got play in the format. So, to inform everyone as to when we'll be back for round 2.
It says it right there.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Where are we looking at? So, we'll be back at 1:30, so in about an hour's time is when round 2 will be kicking off. I'll be doing some editing and stuff in the background just to get stuff set up properly. Because last night was a heck of a rush to get everything done. Had internet issues, also had mic issues, so we're actually using webcams, Mike, as you could probably tell.
That's why everyone was telling us to speak louder at the start.
Yes, that's probably why, because you're hearing all the chattering behind us as well. So yeah, so the way the rest of the day will work, we'll have a 1 hour lunch break from now until 1:30. The next round will be 3.5 hours. I think they've got, it's 3.5 hours for the rounds. I thought it was 3 hours 15. Sheesh. So 3.5 hours is a long time.
They better be paying you overtime.
And then we'll have a 15-minute break between rounds 2 and 3, and we'll look to finish up at around 8:45 p.m.
I told my missus I'd be late for there.
That's late.
Yeah.
That is crazy late.
The 40k life, eh?
Yeah, well, it's the teams. Like, I remember when I played at ATC a few years ago, playing 3 rounds on the Saturday of teams in 3 hours was rough.
Yep.
And we started at 9, then I think we only had about half hour for lunch, and then we played both rounds back to back.
Yep.
So
nothing these players can't handle, but because at Masters, which was towards the end of last year, we did 4 rounds in one day.
Ooh.
And then at the start of 9th edition, Good Games hosted a what do they call it? Not a marathon, an Ironman, and we did all 5. I think we finished at about 2 a.m. So there's some 40k studs here today.
Yeah. Signal is terrible at Maitland. Just go dark and you'll almost certainly be cool with it. Yes. Yeah. It is what it is. Different places around Australia that I've travelled to have different states of internet. It's insane. The first event I covered down in CoastCon, which was at Geelong in Victoria, very similar to here, terrible for internet. Terracon out at Narracourt, very similar. Jolt's pretty good in Canberra.
Who would have thought?
As it is. Wagga's pretty good as well, so... Yeah, I'd rather do 5 games in one day and then sleep all of the next day. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, you got to ride off your Sunday, that's for sure.
Yeah, you 100% would, because that's if you're playing 3-hour rounds, that's 15 hours of 40k, not even including breaks.
Yep. I think by the end of it, there was people having naps under the table and everything.
100% they would. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some 10-10 shakes and just go to sleep it off. But Sunday's the Emperor's Day. But yeah, so I reckon time has been called. They're in the last couple. I think they've got 30 seconds left. So we're not far off having this final score for you, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
going to go have a look and see.
Yeah, go for it. We're actually going to swap over to this screen so I can show you. This is it. This is the screen, ladies and gentlemen. So if I can get... No, I don't want that. Which one are you? Which one are you? No, we want the stream cam. There we go.
That's it.
All right, so I'll get this fixed up, but so no cam in it for a second, chat. I don't know why it's not wanting to work. But what was the final score for that last game?
We've got 19 to Necrons.
Ooh.
And obviously 1 to Chaos.
So that would mean, so let's have a look. So Luke pulling out 19 to the 1. So that would mean total points, we're looking at 79 to 21. Because if I've got that correct, the Crons for Andrew's team wasn't on stream. So yes, wow.
The boys have done well with their matchups, haven't they?
Yeah,
They've
that's
got what they wanted.
that is a great score. I mean, you must like really to have 420 zips means that the 3 for Volton, so Veterans of the Long Neck, I've just done the acronym, because it's 2 massively long names in one bar is going to be horrendous, right? Doing that for getting 3 20s, securing that win for them, and then also getting at least 1 with the Templars for the Mighty Mighty Bullfrogs. You know, as Kyle had said, it's their first teams event as well, so it's going to be a learning curve.
And the beauty of it is that next round they're going to pair with someone that also lost, and then it's going to get a little bit closer. They might get some more wins.
Yep, 100%. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we are going to be back in about 55 minutes' time. I'll get the a screen up so you can kind of see some of the adaptions. We might flip the camera around so you can see what's going on, because this camera can do that very easily, and you can see everybody. But yeah, I will do some editing and updating. We'll be back in about 55 minutes for round 2. Once all the scores are entered in, I'll pick the teams, and we'll go from there, ladies and gentlemen. But first off, thank you to everyone for the support so far, all the follows, all the subs. Really appreciate it. If you want to continue to support the content that I'm doing, traveling around Australia, bringing live games, it's really appreciated, guys. But yeah, and also thanks to Dale joining us so far from the Down Under 40k group. Just, do you want to let people know where they can find out about the Down Under 40k stuff?
Yeah, so Facebook is our main stuff, so you can find us. We're posting all over the 40k realm of Facebook. If you're on any of the ITC chats, the New South Wales chats, you'll see our stuff. We've got a big Discord going. If you want to get on that, message us on Facebook and we'll send that out. We're on YouTube. We don't have heaps of stuff on YouTube, and we've got a podcast. You can get on Spotify and Podbean, Down on 40k podcast.
Sweet. Alrighty, well, we will be back in about 50 minutes time, ladies and gentlemen. It's been awesome to bring you this content, and we'll catch you shortly.
Lovely. You're right.